So, welcome to another session of Burning in the Tarnstead, or whatever we call this game. We're going to start with our traditional robot roll call. First of all, we have Blackheart as
Carrick Marshk,
Kronos as
Archie Thal.
Hadden as
Soldier Forge Hammer.
Marcus as
Corvus Tadolas.
Semi as
Gifton Brockgren?
Tobias as,
And wrong thing. Caspia Pia Storm Shout.
and you have me, Ali, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give a recap?
Did you just call your character Storm Shout?
Maybe. Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I mentally thought he just said Storm Shawed and just slightly off, but you know.
Who's the wrong character there?
Cassiopeia Steelshod, who can never remember her second name.
I'll do.
Okay, you go ahead and take the recap. This will earn double inspiration for this week, one for you and one for the pool, because it's a challenging one, seeing as we had a week between.
Yes. So the completely and utterly most important part of the last one was Gifton's wedding thing.
Marriage wedding thing.
Yes.
Is that an official term?
Well, we use the Cassiopeia last name system, so.
It's an official term then.
Okay. It was the beginning was the lead up towards it. Well, some of our characters were doing some last minute training and purchasing of gear before we had some time kind of relax. We also were worked with the Capet on getting everything set up for our trip we decided to assist them with of gathering resources and some little research into Carrick and why some people knew about his great-grandmother's area. Wedding came. Wedding surprisingly happened without anything bad happening. Someone may have expected Dingus to eat the rings. Didn't happen, surprisingly. In the time after the wedding, Gifton and her now husband, Care, are getting some time to themselves. We finished up the particulars of our job that we have picked up of helping with gathering of resources for the town and for the Capes, and officially, Carrick being the only one who officially did it, but the rest of the group getting some work to be a diplomatic group to a dragon living in the mountains that may be related to Carrick, to make sure that the Capes mine endeavor doesn't meet with an angry dragon that thinks someone tastes good with ketchup. And we left off with us setting out on said mission. That covers everything.
Very good. I believe that covers everything. If anyone else has anything that comes to mind, feel free to speak up. But that was very good. Take your inspiration and put one in the party pool as well.
I will let someone else put it in the party pool because I don't remember how to.
Okay. So, as you said, we had left off with the party departing with this lovely little caravan to go gather supplies for the city. You were told by a face you'd seen around the Capet keep a few times, a guardsman that worked for them, who introduces himself as Quinn Green. He's a human male, and he's roughly 30s, you think. Short brown hair, nice and probably cropped, brown-eyed, bit plain-looking, boxy features, stocky build. But he's respectful, with a bit curt. And he asks you to take up the rear for a little bit on the first day's journey, as his men take up the fore and ride ahead. You don't get too much time to actually meet and greet with people because they basically set out straight away. and spend most of the first day just traveling along a nicely kept road, which allows you to make good progress. The travel goes on for a while, and by the time you start to come to a stop, it's already getting dark. And you see people getting off their wagons and just starting to set up various little camps. Some just seem to be, for now, setting up their beds within wagons themselves, as most of these are pretty empty, bar a couple of wagons actually carrying supplies. There's about 10 wagons in this caravan in total, not including your little Fardo.
There's 10 total.
10 total.
I don't know if our Vardo can be considered little anymore.
Oh, also not a wagon, so doesn't count still.
Okay, and there were 15 guards and 30 workers, right?
Yep, that's right.
And the name of the leader?
The leader is called Quinn Green.
Alright, is it spelled green the way I'd think?
Green is in the color, yes.
With an E at the end?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was
Ye olde color.
Fancy.
that's why I was saying Quinn the way I think is the way
Stack on the ye olde E, yes.
Second there, I thought you were going to ask, and what are the names of every single person?
The entirety of the guardsmen are riding on their own horses, as are quite a few of the tradesmen. There's only a few people to each wagon. Seems they are trying to keep as much weight off of the wagons as they can for the return journey.
Makes sense.
Yep, and I also know most of the wagons are drawn by 2 horses. Stocky horses, not the sleek riding ones you guys are using.
Our horses are probably going, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Their horses are used to carrying heavy cargo.
Is it a group trying to keep us from quiet? Or are they just kind of,
there's no hush to be had. There's no thing of keep quiet. You can tell by how the guards are acting that they still feel very comfortable in the territory they're in right now. As far as they're concerned, they're safe, so they're not being overly cautious with perimeter right now.
Well, in that case, we're traveling, so we need some traveling music.
I was just about to suggest that.
Okay, you're playing Elia?
Yep.
Okay. How long are you going to be playing this for?
I'm not too used to it, so unfortunately, probably maybe an hour, if that.
Well, during that time, this does seem to keep some spirits up on the journey. Not that they're exactly lower at this point in time, but you can hear a few folks in some wagons ahead singing along rough tunes, some just laughing and joking, but you can hear the merriment kept up. And yeah, before long after the long travel, you are setting up camp for the night. I assume you're going to pull out your Vardo's lovely door, get it set up out in the wilderness for the first time.
Little tent
Yeah.
thing. The first time it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although this isn't exactly wilderness. This is relatively close to the city. You just parked off on the side of the road. Some of the hired workers are offloading quite a large pot, and it seems that there's some that have been hired to just generally provide for the entire caravan.
They're the cookies.
They're the cookies. And you are free to either keep to yourselves or try and mingle if you so please.
As everything is getting settled down, Corvus will go over to Carrick, and he is holding his viola. And Carrick.
Yes.
How familiar are you with this kind of instrument?
Not really.
I've always kind of been fascinated by it, and you seem quite adept playing the lyre. I was wondering if maybe it can help me play with it. I'm not too skilled with it, but always been fascinated by them. If you don't mind. Something I like to do. on my downtime. I put myself in a book so much.
I could try. I don't know it too well.
Well, I had to start somewhere, I suppose.
Right, so you guys want to try playing a ditty together?
Ingredients
it all
and harmony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on and share this jam with me.
All right. So you're doing this well. A lot of the traders and even a lot of the guards seem to be keeping a respectful distance from you. It's not as if they're trying to exclude you. It's just you're slightly larger than life right now
Yeah.
and a little intimidating. But if you, while everyone's setting up, if you want to start playing a tune, give me a performance roll each.
Okay.
Now, I may have looked it up. It
Mhm.
does mention if you're incorporating a musical instrument into your performance
Mhm.
with one you're skilled with, it's one of the advantage things. So if I'm
Oh,
playing my
go.
lyre, does that mean I get advantage on performance?
Certainly.
Can me and Dingus
So-
join in, or do you guys want to do this on your own?
So are we rolling
I don't know if we want
performance
dingus.
or straight instrument?
Technically, I think you could actually. It depends what you're doing primarily. I'll admit mine are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which one I roll.
Mine's exactly the same too.
Yes. So it doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
go ahead and roll your instrument or performance. It doesn't matter.
See,
And I
that
don't get
gives-
advantage. Correct?
Because you're not trained in your. Are you trained in your musical instrument?
Yeah, no.
Okay,
No.
so then in
Okay.
case of you would not.
Right, so Corvus's is clumsy and ill-trained.
I'm gonna join in
However,
anyway. I didn't.
you're gonna join in as well.
Good.
Go for it.
Alright, I rolled. I think I rolled.
Don't see your roll.
Gone
Didn't say anything.
through, but
We try it again.
Also, it's great if RG sees the other join, she's gonna try and join in with the pan flute.
I don't see anybody in roll 20. I think my roll 20 is being dumb.
yeah, I think you got to
should
reset.
refresh.
Yep.
There's RG.
Okay. All right, there's RG's. Very nice.
There, you get that back in.
And Daldir starts to sing.
And there's
in a
Kristen's.
falsetto.
Okay.
Yep, we don't do that great.
Well,
You know what?
So-
I want to burn my extra inspiration that I have.
go for it.
I just tried to roll perception. That's great.
Yeah,
Hey.
very nice. Okay, so despite Corvus's somewhat ill-trained playing, the rest of you mask it well enough. Gifton doing a lovely performance, as does Carrick. RG very respectable, and it seems to break down the barriers a little bit. A few people carrying, stew or some sort that's being cooked up in the large pot come over a little bit closer to you guys. Some start singing along. You see a couple of the younger folk doing little dances, as the commoners do. And yeah, you managed to make it a merry first night on the road.
I'm
Well,
going to spend some time hunting and then go to sleep.
Okay, you want to go off and hunt some game?
Actually, I'm going to stick to hunting for. Yeah, I'm just going to forage.
You're just going to forage. Okay, just give me. Do you have a background for that, or are you going to give me a lovely?
Yes, I do have a background that should help.
Okay, what's that
I
then?
could swear it was on here, but oh, it is. Yeah, it's this one.
Because you have.
Nope,
Yeah,
it's not that one.
Okay.
No.
Is
Yeah,
in
you
the
can
Lore
find
Yeah, it's in
food
the Lore
and
Hub.
fresh water. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
I know
In that case, you Scarborough, I'll say you do this when people actually do start to set up before that cookpot gets going, and you are basically able to bring in stuff to make that stretch further. And basically, none of you have to consume your rations.
Yay!
But before I eat any stew, though, I'm going to take a couple minutes and, with the assistance of my brave and mighty pseudo dragon, we're going to take one of the apples that I bought, because I bought like 20 pounds of apples before we left town. and we are going to wheel that over to Klopp, but we're going to do it in such a way that we're rolling the momentum of the apple towards the horse, but we're trying to avoid approaching as much as possible.
Okay, so I want you to give me a strength check.
Okay. I guess I can't use like the wind abilities of thaumaturgy to blow it.
No,
It's not heavy
you
enough.
can have advantage because Dingus is helping you though.
Yeah.
It's an interesting form of bowling.
All right, you want a
Or
strength check?
non-bowling.
See, this is what I should have used my stuff for, but I didn't.
Okay, so
Bad.
you see the apple roll pretty damn close to Klopp, but Klopp now being tacked up at this point can't seem to reach it.
Oh,
Too far.
Torture.
Right. Well, since he seems like he can't get it, I'll be like, okay, Dingus, we gotta get a little closer. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna roll that apple the rest of the way.
You're gonna
It's
go
a trick. He's gonna try and eat you.
Okay, so you go over and you push on the apple again, and this time you're able to shove it into reach for him. And as he reaches down for the apple, you can see those big horse eyes sort of gazing at you as he grabs the apple with his teeth, and there's that happy snorting.
Pretty sure this is the enemy, and I'm running away.
Yeah.
Hell beast, run away.
And Dingus meeps as he and you flee from the happy beast who is now munching on an apple. Fleeing back to the Fardo, you can see Care Care is sitting at the edge of basically the big opening flap. He's not too happy about the idea of going out, but he seems happy enough to be away from your inner section, little home.
Yeah.
And as you come back, he goes, "How'd it go?"
He took it. I think that's good. I can't tell if that was a happy or not happy, but he wanted the apple. That's good.
Well
The peace
done.
treaties will be started.
I mean, you sure it's necessary?
I mean,
you could just stay away from the horse.
Yeah, but I just would like to not have to worry about it if things are going weird outside.
I guess.
One less thing.
Yeah. And Kate looks a little uncertain about this whole making friends with the horse situation, but he trusts in your judgment. Cass, what are you doing?
Cass is checking over the Vardo to make sure everything is still in good condition.
Give
because
me
it's the first time it's actually been out.
Yeah, give me an investigation check with advantage, as you are very familiar with this.
Okay. Sheets, set to advantage, investigation.
Okay, so you start looking over the Fardo, and most of it seems to be in very, very good shape. Seems it's held up pretty well. One of the little joins for the door looks like it might be a little bit loose. You're thinking maybe it's been jarred out, and it needs another little, what is it, little cross brace in it.
Okay.
Which is something you could easily whip up.
All right. I will not do that right now.
Yeah. Yes. This will easily last more of a journey. It's just something you're probably going to keep in mind.
It's an improvement.
Yeah.
I has a question of the GM.
Yes.
Because I didn't catch this, and I may have just been deaf. Is there families in this group? So is there children around?
There are no children that you see.
Okay.
You've seen a couple of younger people, late teens, but that's not too unusual. That's essentially adult for this setting. But no actual
kids. But ghost stories before bed.
No. I mean, with the guard contingent, you're pretty sure that the territory this is going to be heading into not going to be suitable for children.
Okay.
Okay. Corvus, what about you?
Yeah.
While your friends are playing merry music and negotiating with horses, what are you up to?
Well, I
He was
was
playing
playing the music.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I was horrible at it, but I was playing the music.
Yes. Yes. Do you keep at it the entire time?
He wants to. He wants
Okay.
to.
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Now, the other performers. Does anyone try to correct him at any point?
I don't know what that is.
It's screeching is what it is.
I don't know what he's trying to do with it either. So I'm just like.
I don't like this human music.
How late
I'm
are they
unusual.
trying to play?
Actually, yeah. I'll let the as Carrick was the one sort of setting off for this. How long are you going on for, Carrick?
Reasonable, as people seem to try to be turning in for the night. I'm gonna make sure we stop. I'm also gonna try to kind of guide him.
There's a good 2-hour period you could be playing in because they're cooking before settling in for the night as well.
I'm gonna only sing for probably like the first half hour, 45 minutes, and then after that, I've got things to do.
You've got an apple.
Yeah.
Rolling.
I realize it's almost dinner time, and I wanted to treat Klopp before he got food.
Yeah. So this could go on for a couple of hours, although after that first 40 minutes or so, some food is actually brought over to you guys. A couple of the guardsmen come over, carrying sort of plates, settled over their arms and such, trying to carry this array at once. One of them is the Quinn Green, the head of this little contingent, as you've been introduced to, and there is a elven fellow next to him who's looks pretty young by elven standards. He's got a blonde hair drawn back in a ponytail, green eyes, and he seems pretty cheery. And Green comes over with his plates. It's like, you're not hungry?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Plates are handed to each of you. Gifton, a plate is brought over to you, and it is a full-size plate. And the elven gentleman sets it down and goes, "I hope you've got your own cutlery. We figured this would be enough for you and your husband."
Yeah, this is loads. Thank you. Wow.
Well, I'm sure your lovely little pet there could finish it off.
Oh, Dingus, you want some of this?
Meep, 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 meep. And Dingus bobs his head happily.
Thank you so much.
And-
What was your name?
Nerin Amana.
Naren.
Which
Nice to meet
I
you.
will-
I'm Gifton Brockgren.
I'm quite aware. It's a pleasure to meet you, lady.
He was just a blonde-haired elf guard.
Blonde with hair with green eyes, right?
Yep. And he'll straighten up, and Quinn Green is already sort of heading off now. He's handed off his plates. Doesn't seem to be wanting to stick around. But Nerin, he looks at you, Marcus, and goes, "You've just taken up the instrument?"
Yes.
Perhaps I can give you some pointers, friend.
Oh, thank you very much. My father had a previous life.
Well, we've got a long journey ahead of us, so you meet up, and perhaps tomorrow we can make some time.
Danke, very much. Thank you.
And he nods his head at you and gives you all a friendly wave before he follows along behind Green.
Corvus has a friend.
And you're able to finish off your meals. You can resume music if you like, but soon after, people do start to settle in for the night. You can see certain guards are staying awake. Even in this relatively safe location, they're at least having a token watch on duty. Now the question is, do you guys want to hold your own watch?
I would bring up the idea, I guess, before everybody goes to bed.
Okay, go for it.
So, obviously, we should probably be watching out for any issues. An extra set of eyes is never a bad idea.
Well, we're supposed to help guard them, right? And then hunt stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are here to assist them in whatever ways we can.
Maybe the best would be to follow our usual watch order.
And that's written down on our little chalkboard here, yes?
I like the idea that you guys have a troll board.
I didn't buy a chalkboard, but I did buy chalk.
I figure having a chalkboard somewhere there might not be a bad idea.
I didn't know you could buy a slate, but yes, that would be a great idea. The watch order used to be Thaldir for first watch, Cassie and RG in second, Corvus and RG in third, and then Carrick and Gift in fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you'd like to maintain that, you are able to do so.
Yeah.
If we agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine
Okay.
with that.
Right. So, Faldir, you where would you like to be for this watch? Do you want to set up on the front of the Fardo, on top of it, just walk around randomly?
I think I'm going to try and walk around a bit, sticking mostly to the general area around where we're set up. But
Okay. First of all, I'd like you to give me a perception check, as is tradition.
mhm.
Very nice. And the rest of you settle in. Where are you all sleeping about in Fardo? Good to imagine you're getting into bed with Carrick.
Yeah.
Not Carrick. Oh
Is-
no.
No, I'm
At
getting
a fair.
I'm getting put in bed with fair, yeah.
Yes.
Day later.
Cassiopeia, are you setting up your little sleeping bag within the sort of tented bit? Cassie's
Toby,
that's right.
maybe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm assuming so. Corva's taking up one of the bunks. RG,
Sure.
you sitting and
She's pretty much just got a couple
Trancing.
cushions on the ground and just
Yeah.
dancing.
and Carrick another bunk.
Wherever I'm allowed, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Man, you guys have way more bunks than you actually need with your watch order, but I suppose it's nice with
Mhm.
being able to rotate it at least,
Well, it's also
or take
nice.
some off.
It's also nice because we have room in case we have somebody with us.
Yeah. Okay. Faldir, you wander around, just keeping a general eye out. You carrying a lit torch with you, or are you just going to rely on the sort of firelight of the campfire and just general torches people have at their wagons and shit?
Yeah, I'm just going to rely on the general
Yeah, ambient light.
and everything, and
Yeah.
natural dark vision.
So you peer around and you're being cautious, but there doesn't seem to be much attention. You hear the occasional rustle that you're well acquainted enough to know is just wildlife, nightlife moving through trees and bushes. As you're sort of wandering about, you do get a few nods from the guards that are also on watch. One of them even coming up to you and offering you a bit of looks to be chewing tobacco.
No, I haven't done that in a long time, but thank you.
Just followed off, sir. And he tucks it back into his jacket and gives you a little nod as he resumes looking about. But you can tell he's not paying too much attention. This is more token watch.
Disapproving grunt, but not going to call him out on it.
Okay, and soon enough, it is time to wake up the centaur and the elf.
All right, I'll say goodnight to Klopp and then head over and punch the elf. No, just nudge the elf.
She'll let us know and go, oh, my turn.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll leave you to wake up Cassie.
Arjil's gonna spring to her feet, go out and just start shaking Cassie's upper half.
Yeah, Cassie will be awakened and will take up their position that they're pleased to on watch. RG, how are you handling it?
She'll probably do the same kind of walk around a bit. Not bothering with the torch either because dark vision.
Yeah, okay, give me a
And there's
perception check,
probably
please.
enough just general fires running and all that.
And well, because Cassie's away, rather than having her, you can roll again, advantage.
What was the second time? Oh,
Right,
yeah.
lovely. Right, so yeah, wisdom classes, yo. Yeah, you look about and you can see the guards waking up a few of their own buddies, and you don't see anything. Just a nice night air. Cool, stiff breeze, but the fire's near enough that it's decently warm here, and nothing seems to be up. These guards seem to just be hunkering down. They're not quite as receptive for chatter as the other two were because they had to be woken up to do this watch, and they're not happy about it. But soon enough, your watch passes. Well, not you take double watch, so soon enough, it's time for Cassie to go and Corvus to be up.
Mhm.
And Cassie settles back into bed.
And I'll do the same thing, just shake Corvus awake.
No, what?
It's
Right.
watch time.
in the
Get up.
face.
Just tap on the shoulder would be nice.
Yeah, that's good fun.
Ugh.
Now
It's
slap him in the face.
fun when I touch
Yeah,
the bandages too much.
And Corvus, when you step out of the Fado, it's noticeably colder. Not to a freezing extent, but the Fado is definitely holding heat much better than you're used to on these sort of travels.
Did we pack winter clothes at all?
RJ will kind of adjust the vest she's been wearing the whole time to go, I mean, I hope you did.
Oh.
Wish your
Great.
gift in mage or something.
Yeah, Summer will go grab that. He'll come back with his black traveler's cloak out.
A little more toasty. How are you handling this, Corvus? Are you going to wander about? Or are you just going to take up a spot to sit?
He's gonna climb up onto the front of the Vardo,
On
torch.
the driver's seat?
Yeah, torch or lantern by his side.
Mhm.
Just kind of sit there.
Okay. Corvus and Archie, give me a perception check, please.
Boop. Oh fuck.
Okay, Corvus, you feel tired still. You're sort of hunkered down on the seat of this Fardo, just sort of staring ahead, not really even looking, just zoning out a bit. Thankfully, RG, you're keeping a good watch out, and nothing can
I'm
help.
back.
Welcome back, Tobes. Your watch passed without incident.
Yay! I wouldn't have
And,
been able to do anything.
Soon enough, it is time for Carrick and Clifton.
RJ will
Right.
go in and just kind of knock on the little door.
Ah, the end of the world!
Oh, God. Oh, what is that?
Carrick, get up.
Too early.
It's cold. Dress appropriately.
It's your turn.
Like snowing cold?
No,
Put
it's
my
just
clothes
cold.
on, and then
Care makes a sort of a feign grab for you to return to bed before, like, you can hear Dingus meeping grumpily as he gets up.
yeah, just keep the bed warm, Care. Oh, what? Look for
Mhm.
it later. Meh, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Slip back out, grab Dingus. Oh boy!
Meep.
Right then,
And-
thunder had to happen.
And Dingus clambers out your little home and out of the Fardo and into the crisp night air. And then he starts to flap up on top of the Fardo.
Okay, I'm gonna ride up on top of Vardo, I guess.
And he's going to basically do little circular patrols along the roof.
I'm gonna walk around the camp.
Okay.
Is his
Uh,
claws clicking on the roof of the Vardo?
it's not that loud. Carrick, Gifton, and Dingus, I need perception checks from you.
Hopefully the other two do better.
Oh,
Should say I have a passive of 15.
Dingus is bro.
Thank you, Dingus.
Alright, so
I rolled an 18. That was pretty good.
Yeah, but Dingus has 20/20 vision.
you'll sort of look around, trying to pay attention. The sun is starting to crest over the horizon at this point, and Dingus sort of meeps at you a couple of times, Gifton, as he goes bat, bat, bird, hawk. Oh, oh no!
What?
And yeah, Dingus just watched the bat get taken out by a hawk.
Oh no.
Yes, but he doesn't see anything particularly threatening beyond that.
No, we're very, very concerned about the hawk. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna let Carrick know about the hawk? Because that's importantly a problem for us. Carrick, there's a hawk.
Is it a red blood hawk?
It is generic fantasy hawk.
Oh.
Poor
Carrick,
bat.
it killed the bat.
I mean, do bats usually get killed by hawks in this world?
No.
Um.
I mean, make me a nature check.
Okay.
Hawks.
It's a little unusual for a hawk to be hunting like this, but, you know.
A hawk's got to do what a hawk's got to do to eat.
Man, that's not very usual. May wanna.
Carrick, I want to go
Cool.
inside now, okay?
She says, as it's time to wake everybody up.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's right,
camp,
we're the last one.
yeah, you're the last watch. The camp starts to stir. You see the last two guardsmen on watch waking up their buddies. And in general, just the general sort of ruckus and noise of people awakening has that chain reaction where a lot of people start to get up. The more reluctant ones are kicked awake by people that know them better than, you know, the other strangers in the caravan, as might be happening here in Nevada with you folks.
I am going to make sure that our little group and say, "Has anyone heard about this? Doesn't sound usual to me."
All right, I guess I'll roll a nature check if I'm now awake.
Same.
Go
Why
for
is
it.
my nature stat so low? Well,
Because wisdom based.
I'm
No,
taking
it's
I'm taking
ink-based.
Dingus into the brownie box with me because we're gonna go sleep off this hawk thing. We get a couple miles between us and it.
I'm gonna try for this. I'm gonna fail, but I'm
come
gonna.
on, do better. Be great. Come on, be the best dude of all of us.
No!
Oh.
Oh, well,
It's a
Wait.
you
bird?
called it.
I
Wow.
think?
Yeah. So
Great, it's that meme.
Argy and Corvus, you know, hawks might hunt at this time of day. You don't know. They don't hunt in the night time. You think. The rest of you have no clue, which found it shameful.
It's certainly a bird.
Should we maybe let?
The fuck is this hawk mystery I've accidentally created?
You created the chair, Allie. That's what you've done.
That's what
There's
you
a
get
point
for
where you answered
adding.
with the question with no. I mean, give me a nature check.
This is what you get for adding details to stuff. Check off the
Hey, I've
for
already given up on it. Enemy hawk is enemy hawk, and I've moved on.
Why don't you shoot it if there's an enemy hawk?
So basically, you all sort of wake up, and this hawk talk consumes a good part of your waking up period. You can see the main campfire where things were cooked is being sort of kicked back into activity. Not literally, it's just being fueled again and prodded and poked. And soon the smell of breakfast being cooked is reaching your noses. And lovely familiar smells of, what's that, bacon? Oh, mushrooms, beans.
There you go. I'm gonna go get myself some chewing bacon.
Chewing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Some people like to chew tobacco, other people like to chew bacon.
Fortunately, chewing bacon lasts far less or far longer, depending on how it's cooked.
And over from the cooking fire, Fowdy, you hear a sort of yell directed at you. Lord Forchammer, you sure these mushrooms are safe to eat?
I will go over and take a look at the mushrooms.
Yeah, they are edible mushrooms.
Are they?
Good enough,
Are they the ones that I picked?
Yeah, they're the ones you picked up last night.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay,
And that's
great.
when we find out Bill the Builder is allergic to mushrooms.
And the one preparing breakfast seems to be a fairly young lad. He's in the sort of same guard, the Capet style guard clothing. He doesn't have the full armor on, but you can see the tabard and such, and he has a short sword at his waist. He looks like he's about 16 years old or so, but he's mostly focused on the cooking, not exactly on guarding. He's got auburn hair, brown eyes. He's fairly short. His hair's fairly short, but that sort of short that's out of control, sticking up in places. He's built
You thought
very,
for a
very
second
lanky.
lost.
He's very, very lanky. Like, you saw Guardsman Henry was lanky, but this looks like Guardsman Henry even less well proportioned.
How does he exist?
Yeah, it's a miracle, really.
Do you have much experience in the outdoors, boy?
No, sir. I've not been out before, but yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes at us.
You have much cooking experience.
Oh, yeah, yes, Lord. Plenty of cooking experience. It's mostly what they have me do.
You're a scullery boy.
No, I'm a god, sir. There's that sort of look of, yeah, I might be a scullery boy, but he doesn't want to say so.
Corvus is standing there tapping his finger on his elbow. It's like,
then he reaches a hand out for you to shake, and you can see the sleeve of his jacket sort of goes way too far up his arm. His arm's way longer than the cloth fitted for it.
What's it made out of?
It's actually a nice sort of woolen fabric. Looks like the more heavy duty winter clothes, but it is very well tailored. It is the proper Capet guard outfit, just not well fitted.
They haven't figured out how to make one in shape.
I'll shake his hand, I guess.
Name's Cecil, sir.
And how long have you been a guard, Cecil?
I've been in training for the past year, sir.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome. If you ever have any other questions about the food I find, feel free to ask.
Yeah, yes, sir. And I'll bring the food over to your group. Yeah.
That would be appreciated.
Of course, sir. And he smiles and nods his head, and then he sort of resumes cooking. You see him sort of. He's now got a large pan, very large frying pan set out where he's cooking stuff in, and nice metal spatula that he's scraping against the pan.
I'm going to ignore that. I'm just going to start wandering the camp a bit, trying to inconspicuously inspect the quality of guard we have now.
Okay. So give me a perception check. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wow, very nice. Okay, so mostly the guards seem to be of pretty good quality. You say 10 or so of these actually seem to be pretty well seasoned, just judging by the way they carry their equipment, the state of their equipment, the way they're keeping their eyes out even when things seem safe. 9 or 10 of them seem to be this decently experienced folk. And then there's 5 or 6 newbies who are just relaxed, either joking about, not paying attention to what's going on, or just plain young and fresh.
Okay, so it's not as bad as I feared.
Yeah, it's not a particularly unusual setup to get the new folks some experience. There's enough experienced folks to look after them, but also they need to go out at some point.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go check on the portable forge I have, and then eat some.
Actually, before that, with that perception check, as you wander through the camp, keep an eye out, suddenly you catch the sight of something scandalous. What you see seems to be a young dwarven lady. She's currently putting on a jacket, and you get a brief glimpse of well-muscled arms. Tight muscles that suggest they go to good use. She's got dark brown hair done up in braids, bright blue eyes, and the most striking thing to you is the fact she's clean shaven. There is no beard at all.
I am so happy with you, Allie. No idea.
And yeah, unlike most proud dwarven women, no beard.
Luckily, I have quite a large, thick beard, and it hides the blush to a certain extent. And I will, Felder will look elsewhere and continue on his way.
Okay. Right. You make your way. Where were you heading originally? Before I gave you that tasty bit of information.
After generally inspecting the quality of guard throughout the camp, I was just heading back to our part of the.
Had to check on your little forge and such. Yes.
Yes, I was gonna check on the forge and then breakfast or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. You get back and you're able to look over your forge. It does seem to be a very nice quality product, and it's set into the Lafado very comfortably, and it does look like it can be pulled out in case you don't want to set fire to it. You know. It's a very respectable little forge.
All right, making sure everything's ready, but I'm not actually going to set it up because I think we're probably heading out soon.
Yeah. The rest of you, soon enough, food is brought over. Seems to be a young lad who is struggling to bring a variety of plates over. They're sort of stacked on each other. You do see a sausage fall off one of the plates, which Gifton Dinkerson meeps at you as if like asking for permission.
I will dismount so he can go get it.
Yeah, Dingus charges across to get that sausage.
I am going to go help the lad.
Oh, thank you, thank you. And he lets you take a few of the plates.
Hi, what's your name?
Nobs, Miss. Well, Cecil.
Cecil?
Yes. What's that noise about?
Nothing at all.
Nice to meet you. And you can see he's like legs start to bend a bit, as if he's trying to shrink down to your level. As if, is this the polite thing to do?
It's okay. You don't have to. That's fine. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. And then he straightens straight back up. Which
do you want me to take in your sleeves a bit?
As you say that, and he stretches back up, you see basically the bottom of his trousers pop out of his socks where they were tucked. And those are clearly far too short as well. And
you mean they're too long? Yeah.
Yeah. No, too short. His trousers too short.
He is bigger than he pant.
Yeah.
Basically, they put someone who's 6 foot into clothes that are meant for a 5 foot person.
Oh, yeah. I misunderstood earlier. I thought you were saying that his sleeves were too long.
No.
Oh,
Opposite.
Nice. Okay. Did you want me to try and get you some adjustment on that outfit?
Oh, and he looks down at his outfit, and as he's peering at his own outfit, he's focused on one of the plates he's holding and starts to slip, and you see that plate starting to tilt a bit.
Oh, get that!
I'm gonna catch that.
Okay. Give me a dexterity check.
Do I get anything for what I've been?
Yeah, you can have advantage.
And you said dex check, not dex save, correct?
Yeah, just dex check.
No.
Oh, okay. So you go in to try and catch this, but all that ends up with you happening is you catch a handful of beans and a sausage as the plate goes tumbling down, and he jumps back and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God.
It's okay. I distracted you. Come see me tomorrow night or tonight, and let me get your measurements. Okay?
Yes,
Capet Blues,
certainly,
right?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Although you shouldn't. I'll go get you another plate.
Thank you. There's some more sausage here.
Yeah, and he quickly hurries off, and Carrick, you're left just with this handful of food, and it's really hot, by the way.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation.
Yep.
And to both cool it off and clean it off.
Okay. Yeah. Cassiopeia.
Mm-hmm.
The side of your tent has a sort of little splash up against the side of it now. It looks like bacon grease.
Cass is just kind of looking. We're going to have to clean that up.
I'm gonna
Otherwise it's going to
I'm gonna
stink.
clean that too.
Magic.
I think it means I'm actually casting prestidigitation again.
Okay.
Clean the-
Yeah, Cass is just like, ooh, magic.
Let's see. Corvus, RG, anything in particular you want to be doing in the morning? Or are you just going to wait for food?
Corvus will be studying over his herbalism and poisoners kits, determining what application some herbs may have for poisons and or treatments.
Okay.
He'll probably just be generally stretching and reading a bit more into the herbalism book she's got.
Okay. Right. In that case, soon a extra plate of food is brought over. This poor young guard is rather quick about it, although he seems very, very focused on the plate as to not tip it over, and he's runs off nearly as quickly as he delivers it.
Thanks.
You can tell he's
Okay.
embarrassed. And soon enough, you're able to eat your food, and you can see the rest of the caravan starting to pack up to move off.
We should probably get going. Okay, I'm gonna go read my book inside. Bye! I'm gonna go back inside. Dingus, do you want to ride out here with Carrick?
Meep. Dingus says, and you can tell there's that thing of what you gonna be doing. Doesn't believe book reading.
I'm gonna go read my big book. If you want to come read about the gods.
You see his eyes peering at you a bit, and then there's that flash of care smooching.
No, that's night times.
And then he slowly starts to back away from you as if, yes, I'm going to head to Carrick, but I'm suspicious.
You can always come in and join me later. I could use a break probably in an hour or two.
And then you get a flash of
That
you
is a
fly,
lot of smooching.
Yep, fly.
and Dingus bobs his head happily, and then he sort of starts to clamber out of the caravan to go join Carrick.
Yep, and I'm gonna go actually sit down and start reading my book, which is like a big deal because I have to like pull the page, read the page, pull
Do
the
you have
page.
mage hand?
No, I don't have mage hand.
You gotta teach you mage hand.
You can't teach me mage hand. That's the whole point.
We can. It's
if you
just
could
we'll
teach me
earn you a.
If you could, I'd want Presty.
You can see Care is inside, and Care seems to be busying himself with trying to decorate your little shared place a bit, make it a bit more homely. Every now and then he comes over and helps you with a page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they make parchment so thick?
Surely, no, I suppose couldn't really get a smaller one of these.
No, I don't think they make them this small.
What is the typing happening?
Sorry, that's me.
Right.
Typing.
And before long, the caravan gets on the move again. And a day passes much like it did yesterday. Nothing particularly eventful on the journey. And soon enough, the setup begins again, and the cooking begins again.
Does the young boy
let's
come
see.
by to get his outfit
Um,
fixed?
The young boy does come by later in the night, seemingly with the excuse of bringing some food over. Fowdy, do you repeat your gathering?
Yes, I will repeat the gathering process.
I have
Yeah,
I have some cotton. Not cotton. I have some wool. I can make him a nice wool outfit with.
Okay, so Fowdy, you repeat the gathering. Do you stick to just easily gather stuff again, or do you do some game hunting?
No, I'm sticking to foraging.
Yep. Okay. So you forward up some stuff for them, which they seem thankful for. It'll help stretch the rations out a bit. Although you do see someone return a little after you with a what looks like to be a young buck that him and a buddy are dragging along. Although by the way they're tying up onto a cart, it does not look like it's for tonight.
Hmm.
I'm going to offer to assist with the cooking of the foods.
Okay, you come on over, and it does seem to be Cecil that's doing most of the cooking here. And when you approach, he gives you a sort of apologetic grin. He's like, "Hello, sir."
So, I figured I'd come and offer a hand with cooking.
Oh, you needn't bother yourself. I've got it in hand. Although, and you see him sort of peer over towards your caravan, as if remembering the offer to come and get things sorted a bit. Well, if you could watch it for a bit.
Sure. Go get your clothes fitting a little bit better.
Thanks. Thank you, sir. And he gets up into his gangly little jog and hurries across to see you, Gifton.
Yes.
Hope that there are no divots in the ground between us and him.
I will do the thing where I offer him a seed that turns into a flower, and then I will go around and fix his outfit. I just rolled the check, so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You fixing the outfit's a little tricky. You think you could probably add in some extensions of cloth where it's
well, I have
essentially
enough
hidden
material.
up.
I could just make a brand new one. So I'm pretty.
You want to make him a brand new one?
I'm just making him a brand new one, but I'm gonna mirror the style.
The styling.
That's mostly what I'm gonna do.
You can do that. Yeah. So you get him measured up, and you get to inspect his outfit as you do that, and it does look like this outfit was tailored for him at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And the poor lad has just had a incredible growth spurt.
Okay. Growing like a weed, huh?
Yes, miss. Yes. This fit. Not but, what, 4 or 5 months ago?
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
I wish I had that problem.
And he looks at you as if he doesn't get it. Why would you wish that, ma'am?
Well, I didn't have my growth spurt all at once. It was over a long period of time, and it was really annoying.
Well, this isn't all been at once. It's just been a spike. But it doesn't interfere with my duties, though.
Well, I didn't say it did. I'm just, you know. I remember when I went through my growing year, I really made everybody salty. Suddenly, I was so tall. She says.
And you hear Care sort of saying, just from the sort of doorway of your little home, tallest girl around, in a sort of wistful, dreamy way.
Oh my!
I'm glad you had a good time with being tall, ma'am.
Oh yeah, you'll have a great time with it. There's all sorts of things you can do that really annoy people. So okay, I think that's gonna work. Okay, does it fit all right? You feel fine? Does it pinch?
It feels good, ma'am. But how much do I owe you?
Oh, you don't. This is fine. I'm doing this for Capay anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. And well, if there's anything you need from me, just ask. Good old Nobby can see you right.
All right, Cecil.
Yeah. And he stands there awkwardly within this tent.
Yeah.
It's part of the Fardo. Which, Cass, I don't know if you've remained in there while this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Cass has, and she's been working on little furniture.
Yeah. But now he's just standing there as if not sure what to do.
Loudly hammer.
So, how long have you been with the Capays?
Well, my family's been with the Capays most of my life, ma'am. So I've been in and out of the estate, well, most of my life. But I've been serving with them for about a year now.
So you want to be a guard?
Yeah, I wanted to be a guard more than anything. I worked as a serving boy for them for a bit, but this is what I've wanted.
Well, you're gonna be really good at it. What do you use to fight?
And when you ask him that, he reaches down on the floor is his belt and sword, because he took them off so you could fit the outfit, and he picks up that sheath and he whips the sword out, and Cass, you see this blade fly up into the air and funk into the ceiling of this bit of Fardo as he does a flourish with it.
Oh
Cass
wow!
is,
That just
Cass is looking at him.
Oh, No, oh god, I'm
Wow,
so
you're
sorry.
really
Stan.
good. I couldn't get it to stick up there.
Arju's just gonna.
Cass is
Looking
standing
like-
up to.
Is it supposed to
it's-
do that?
She's standing up, easily plucking it out of the roof, looking at it, looking at him, handing him the hilt.
Cass is really
you
good
need-
with swords if you want to practice.
You need a little bit of work. Come on, sweetie. And she's going to head out of the bardo.
Are you going to let that insult stand, oh bewilder mine? Mark against your work.
Oh, the axe is talking to you. I was like, what is
as you lead the boy out, who Gifton, you can see him trying to shrink into his clothes.
It's okay. If your outfit gets messed up, let me know. I can fix it really easy. It won't take me any time.
Thank you, ma'am.
But let Cassie school you a little bit. She's really good to spar with if you don't mind somebody who's big and tall.
Okay.
I look over
Stare
to
at the poor boy.
Kara and go, "He gotta die."
I'm not there.
No,
Yeah,
Kara.
not Carrie.
Not
I
Kara.
thought you were Kara.
We really should have had an NPC with a name that close.
Yeah.
Right, and yeah, Cassie, he follows you off.
And I'm just going to take him out, and it's going to be an open training session.
I take him out.
Oh no. Okay. Right. So, tell me, Cass, how gentle are you going to be with him?
Yeah.
Don't kill the boy.
Because even
She's not going to kill him, but she's going to make him sore in the morning.
Right,
Are you
as
gonna let him attack you and gauge how he does first and just deflect?
Yeah. Yeah. And then basically put him into the dirt.
Okay.
Why are you beating him up?
So as you
Because she's listening to the sword right now.
as you square off in a little open section, you can see a couple of the guards nudging each other and motioning towards you, and you can see a few grinning faces starting to appear and watch. There's quite a few of the general workers of the caravan as well, but there's a big guard crowd, probably more than there should be, frankly, with them supposed to be on guard duty. And yeah, he tries to swing at you, and you can give me a insight check, please.
Insight. With or without? Just straight?
I'm going to let you have advantage.
He's really telegraphing it.
Yeah, so you can see by the way he stands and the way he tries to swing that he has learned the basics of sword combat. He knows his basics, he knows what he should be doing, but it's like he doesn't quite get how his body moves at this point. And that swing is telegraphed way too wide, it's way too far out, and you're easily able to dash it aside and then do a quick thumping at him that gets him reeling on his arse.
And she's just going to lean over him without leaning, and she's going, "You're telegraphing too much, sweetie."
I'm sorry, ma'am. And he scrabbles up again.
She's like, "Up again."
Yeah, and yeah, again he tries to go in at you, and you are quite easily, if you want to, able to beat it aside and bat him down.
Except this time, before he goes down, she's grabbing him by the collar and just holding him there, picking him back up and putting him on his feet, and kind of doing that horse where they go to try and step on your toes, and getting him to move his feet back to where they should be, so he doesn't get his toes crushed.
Yep, and he scrabbles out back a bit, moving his feet quickly, but then you can see him sort of stumbling and catching his heel on a dirt rock and nearly falling back down again, just from the sheer movement.
And I'm just going to keep hold of him.
And you can see he looks frustrated.
Okay.
Basically
This
hanging
is
from
where-
your fist, grasping his tunic at this point.
And I'm going to pick him up, stand on his feet. Sweetie, this is where you are going wrong. You're thinking about it too hard. And she's going to let him go after he's stood up. You've got to feel where you are going rather than thinking about where you're going. You have your basics down, but you're thinking too hard. Think of it less as trying to outwit your opponent and more dancing with your opponent. And she's kind of slinking around him.
Dancing. Okay.
Yes.
I used to dance. I'm a good dancer.
Then show me. And she's going to take the sword and she's going to put the sheath back on it and tie it and put it in his hand. Hit me.
Okay. All right. This time, he's going to make an actual attack. Right. And he comes in and he tries to hit you.
And she's just going to barely inch out of the way and catch the scabbard because he missed by 1.
Okay. And he sort of stumbles in a bit, and you can feel that jarring, and you almost see his grip loosen on the blade as if he wasn't expecting impact.
You're almost there. Again.
Okay. And he backs off again. You can see him approach a little more cautiously this time, as he's trying to gauge how you're standing and such. And
she's just going to stand there staring at him.
And once again, he will swing at you. And it's
she's
the exact
going to
same.
take the hit.
All right, you take the hit.
Mm-hmm.
When you take the hit, his sword does the scabbard impacts your arm, doesn't hurt you that much, and you see his arm sort of shake a bit, and the blade, the scabbard blade bounces off, and it's you can see him grimace as if as that impact clearly hurt his hand.
Okay. You have your form. Now you need to work on your grip.
My grip.
You're holding too hard.
If I hold any loose, I'm gonna drop it.
And Cass is going to tie her sword into the scabbard and pull it out. And she's going to hold it one-handed. And she's gripping it, but she's not. I assume he has death grip on the sword.
Yep.
What was your name again?
It's Cecil, ma'am. My friend's coming Nobby.
Cecil?
Uh-huh.
Let me make this point to you. If the hilt of your sword were a chicken, you would have broken its neck.
Okay, so like this loose, or
you want imagine the hilt as a chicken neck. You want to keep control of the chicken, but you don't want to kill it.
And he actually sort of moves in closer to you as if he's used to having instructors instructing him, and he's like, he's moving up against you as if they'll show me how to hold this blade.
And she will actually fall back into the way she was taught and show him and get this blade seated into his hand.
Yeah. So you reach around him, basically show him, have your arms like this, have your hands, about that. And who is watching, by the way?
Corvus is.
I'm watching.
RGS.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching.
Right.
I might be.
Give me your passive, Cassie, your passive perception. The rest of you can roll.
Perception.
Before I roll,
My passive is 13.
By this point, would the food be done?
Yeah, the food's basically done.
Okay,
It's
then
a
I'm
matter of
actually
keeping it warm for people that are eating.
I was actually going to start passing it out to people, so
Okay.
I'm not going to roll.
Right, so Gifton and Ardy managed to see this. As Cassie is basically showing him how to hold his sword, and he's all...
One of those is one's Dingus, not.
Oh,
Gifton.
actually, Dingus is...
Yeah, I don't scrap.
Okay. Dingus. Funny. Dingus is... You're going to get some amused meeps, Gifton. And Argy, you see as Cassie is helping this poor young lad, you can see his arm slip to Cassie's waist, and ever so gingerly pluck her coin purse.
RG and Dingus sees that. Okay.
Yes, Argy and Dingus see that.
Dingus is chirping at me about something that he's amused about. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
Or
sort
do you
of
actually lean over to Gifton, point, just point and go, "You're looking at the wrong hand."
Huh?
and with Archie's gaze, you can just see his hand slipping into his own belt and seeming to deposit something. And Cassiopeia, he nods as if, okay, I get the grip, and then he sort of moves back away from you. Okay, try again.
Try it again.
Okay.
Did I notice this?
You did not notice this.
Okay, so I'm not going to beat him to an inch of his life.
And you see him coming again, raising his arm in a very dramatic fashion with the sword this time. And then you see this arm from behind him flinging out a object in front of you, up into the air. And it looks pretty damn familiar.
Oh?
Yeah, you see your coin purse being flung high up above you.
Oh!
And then he is going to, with advantage, come in, and suddenly you feel a slam of this blade against your gut. Sheathed, thankfully.
I'm gonna clap.
I'm just gonna clap too.
Yep, I'm gonna join in.
Encore!
Really clapping.
And it might be with a bit of pride or a bit of annoyance, but the grip does seem to be solid this time. But not so solid that it shakes. It seems your instruction did get through.
Cass is going to try and catch her coin purse out of the air as it comes back down.
Okay. Give me a dex, just a general dex, not save check.
Yep.
Just
You can do acrobatics if you want.
acrobatics. Okay.
Yeah. Right. He is going to. Well,
Oh,
you
okay,
rolled your
that's it.
dex. It's the same roll, so you get the 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he is also going to out in the open this time. He actually uses your body for a little bit of leverage, and you feel a hand on your shoulder as he basically jumps himself up, catches the coin purse, and holds it out to you. Better, ma'am?
Cass is going to turn, look at him, smile, take her coin purse, go, very good.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy, cupping my hands around, and go, "Whoa, Nobby!"
And
Very
you see
good.
a few of the guards applauding. It's not entirely as in you did well, kid. It's just they're entertained.
Yeah.
And then you see one of the guards yell, "Nobby, run, lad!" As if assuming that he's going to be beaten for what he just did.
Cass is actually going to hook her arm around him, hold him tight, and go, you did very well. And then she's going to lean in. You do that again, and I will fucking break your neck. By the way, be glad I'm not angry about you putting a hole in my ceiling. And she smiles, pats him on the head, dusts him off, and go, tomorrow, same time. And she's going to turn and walk away.
Okay, you can actually have an active perception check now, as you are keeping an eye out, and everyone else can roll a perception check.
Is he doing it again? Fuck.
I assume he's doing
Dingus.
face.
Okay,
I'm taking
So,
this
Corvus?
disadvantage because I'm handing stuff out.
Corvus, you see him nodding nervously, and as Cassie heads off, you just see him walk away, and once he's a little bit of a distance away, just start flipping the tiny little hand axe that you recognise from Cassie's woodwork as he whistles to himself.
Good boy. I like him.
He only rolled a 20 for the sleight of hand that time.
Out of curiosity, out of character, he's more dex based, isn't he?
He
Yeah.
is more dex based.
What a good boy. I like him.
Yeah. I'm not holding anything against him. But I'm going to beat his ass.
Yeah, right. Well, now that that bit of entertainment's over, was there anything else anyone else wanted to do?
How much of the food do I get handed out before he gets back?
You hand out a decent amount, and most of it now you get it handed out to most of the workers that are off doing shit, and most of the guards will come and get their own food. So he gives you a little wave as he comes back over, and you see him sort of just plop a sort of axe down, the blade into the dirt beside his little stool where he's cooking. Thanks for watching the pot for me, Mr. Mask.
You're welcome. I know you didn't get that from Gifton because it's way too big for her or her husband.
Oh, yeah, Miss Stillshod, she must have dropped it on the dirt. Do you want to take it back to her? Okay, let me roll.
Get the little shit. I love him.
I like how he doesn't even say what he's
Yeah,
doing.
you see for that nice shit-eating grin of his.
I look at him. I pick it up.
Set it back down. Nah,
No.
she'll come get it.
Nah. Nah. Okay. Don't say a word. Oh no, what happened?
And you see him sort of rub his nose a bit, rubbing the side of it. Maybe don't mention I'm the one that found it. Embarrassing and all, having something found by someone else that you're just training.
Sure.
Night,
You
Mr.
got his own
Mask.
shit eating good.
Okay.
What was that last part? Sorry.
And he just went, okay, night, Mr. Mask.
Night.
Night?
Well, it is night. We
mean,
just made dinner.
Yeah, this was the end of the day.
Yeah.
That all
I thought this was
happened.
the morning.
No.
We
the-
did
We
that.
already did this morning. You've already been on the road and done.
I read
Oh.
books.
Yeah.
Right, and I was studying. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. You head back over to your companions, Carrick. Do you reveal all the secrets?
So what? By the time I get over there, what is Cass doing?
Cass is actually looking at the hole he created.
I can fix that.
There isn't much of a hole. There's just a slight split running along the grain of the wood.
Cassie, if he can lift me up there, I can use mending on that.
Cass will lift. We'll just let Gifton ride her hand up.
Yeah, I'll touch it and task mending because I'm pretty sure I can fix it with that. It's probably not that big of a hole, so I can do like what up to a foot of damage. I think. Let me look. Mending's
What,
pretty
mending?
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, 1
There you
foot in
go.
any dimension. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I will fix it. All better. See, no harm, no foul.
As I come in, I'm gonna put an axe on the table. Sounds like you dropped this, Cass.
Cass is looking. Okay.
Sounds like you dropped this. That's a very odd way to say that, Carrick.
And checking your sort of little loop tool belt thing that you have when you work in Cass. It's yeah, that's yours. Must have slipped out while you were trading.
Oops. And Cass just has this slight.
Which is weird because you have like a button that is over that.
Gotta be more careful with that. You
Hmm.
never know when you might lose it and step on it.
Yeah, or it might hit me. I don't like that.
That too. That would be a
Cass
bad
is just
day.
going to go. Oops. Sorry. But I thought I had it buttoned.
Nah,
And
you know.
Cass,
Must have been doing something too vigorous.
Oh my.
Cass, you can sort of hear and feel in your mind that thing of you should have put the boy in his place.
Kind of pushing it back. Kind of pushing it back.
And it quiets. Okay. Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
So you spent a lot of time going through your little poisonous kit and your herbalism kit. and there's a little bit of overlap, but you need some pretty specific stuff for both of them.
Yeah.
But the camp is stopped for tonight, and while this isn't the richest area for herbs, you could check if you so wished.
Yeah, he's going to check before the sun goes down.
Okay, so you'll head on out, and let's see. What are you going to actually search for? Because you need to be a little specific in which kit you're trying to supply.
Yeah, I understand. So nature with poisoner kit, nature survival, working with poisons enables you to acquire lore about plants and animals are poisonous.
Yeah.
So he's going to be using the poisoner's kit for this. Using the probably nature.
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and give me a nature check, I will set the DC based on your poisons kit.
Okay.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, you sort of head out into the woods. I assume you take a torch with you.
Yeah, well, he has the lantern of revealing.
Okay, so you take that.
Yeah.
Right, so you head on out with that, and yeah, you're able to eventually find a couple of plants that, while not the most potent, you believe could be refined into a toxin of some variety.
Perfect.
And you're able to gather up a little bushel of those. Looking over them, you know you don't want to be touching the underside of these leaves.
He always wears gloves.
Okay. Right, and where are you putting those?
He has a sack that he bought for this.
Okay. So you put them into their own little sack?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, you're able to do that. It takes you about an hour's worth of searching. But you're able to do that, and by the time you get back to the camp, it looks like people are starting to settle in for the night. RG and Faldia, anything particular you wanted to be doing?
I did probably just helping set stuff up around the camp and generally just keeping active, and then probably settling with her book to do more research in the herbalism thing.
Right, going around the camp and helping set up, you manage to get a bit more chatty with a few more people. Most of the work contingent here is human. There's a few elves mixed in, and it seems only the one dwarf, nice young lady it seems. You see her sort of doing the good old whetstone sharpening of an axe blade, looks like, and judging by the size of the axe, probably for lumber cutting.
Makes sense.
Yeah. As you're going about the person that needs the most help, even just getting about, is this very, very elderly human man. He's got long grey hair, and he's actually pretty hunched over at this point. And as you come across him, he seems a little lost. You see him sort of looking about the camp and just going, oh no, where was it? And almost seems to wander off away from the camp into the woods.
Or just gonna get a run after him. And go, hey, are you okay?
Oh yes. I put down my book earlier, and I can't remember where.
What was the book?
Oh, it was what was it? It was Ardenfall's 27 Remedies. It's a lovely book on herbalism and the lovely medicinal plants that can be used to heal and cure, and all that good stuff. Who are you?
My name's Dargy.
Argy.
Yes.
Oh, Argy, my old friend. Yes, could you help me find my book?
That is happening.
Perfectly normal.
Archie, my oldest and dearest friend. Who the hell are you?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't, but like, you're with the caravan, right?
Yes. And I was staying in. Oh, where's my wagon? And you see him sort of starting to look about. I don't remember which one.
Oh, here, come on. Someone sure to remember which one you're from. Come on. And she's going to kindly start guiding him that way.
You start to guide him back towards the actual caravan itself, and you see one of the men currently sitting eating glances up as you come over, and then he stands up and is like, "Oh, Ward, what are you doing wandering off?"
Look for his book, apparently.
Yes, Rory, have you seen my book? And he says, we didn't bring you a book, remember? We left them back at home, but we're just here to gather plants. Oh, all right, yes. So my book's not here. So sorry about that, Arby. And he sort of like pats your hand a bit.
I just looking, just kind of shrugs. It's ballpark.
And he
Not literally, but
you see him sort of starting to gaze about again, and the man that was speeding through sort of stands up and comes on over, and just takes his arm. He's like, let's get you sit down with something to eat, Albie, yeah? And he gives you an apologetic smile. RG's like, sorry, took my eyes off him for a moment.
yeah, it's okay.
He's
Got him before he got into the forest.
No, I'll keep a better eye out.
Probably
They didn't cause you too much trouble.
It's fine. She just waves like, yeah.
He's and he sort of nudges him towards the seat he was just at, and you see this old man settle down and pick up the food's plate and start eating. And this young man looks at you again and goes, "Name's Baxter, Rory Baxter," and he reaches a hand out to shake.
Good to meet you. I'm RG.
Don't think bad of him. His mind's wandering a bit, but he's still sharp as anything when it comes to, well, what we're out here for.
Yeah, honestly, people get old. It happens.
Yeah, it does. And you see a look of sadness on his face as he's looking at this man. So sorry for the bother.
That's okay.
And he gives you a little nod.
Arjo, give him a nod back and then go back to helping.
Yeah. And he goes back over to the man and sort of just crouches down beside him as he eats. Right. Let's see. Anybody else has anything they wanted to do?
I'm going to take care of all of our horses, but especially Klopp, or at least make sure they're well taken care of.
This is night 2 of Klopp's getting an apple.
Okay, are you again trying to roll from a distance?
I'm gonna roll from closer, given that I know that he's tethered.
Okay.
And I'm giving that information to myself as I think I can get away from closer now.
Okay. Right, so give me another strength check.
Alright.
Moments
Sure,
after
he's not tethered
Elder
today.
going like, oh man, did I
If Dingus is helping you.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, okay. This time you managed to get the apple rolled at the correct velocity, right amount of force into it.
Yep.
And it rolls right to within Klopp's reach, and you see him lean down, pick it up rather gingerly with you know how horses use their lips.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he sort of bobs his head up and down holding this apple as if like showing it off.
Yep.
And there's that happy snorting again.
I go, okay. The piece is kept.
And
the pact?
And then the teeth chomp onto the apple.
Oh, that's a threat. Leaving. Hurry.
Splitting it in half, and as you go to leave, you sort of turn about and start heading off. Suddenly, there's half of apple down beside you as you're wandering away.
Oh, he lost it. I gotta take it back.
Fowdy, are you watching these proceedings?
Let's say I am.
Yeah. So it's a little unusual for a horse to do. You saw him sort of bite this apple in half, and then drop the half that was in his mouth, pick up the half that's already fallen to the ground, pick it up again gingerly, and just toss it with his head towards Gifton.
I'm going to attempt to return the apple, again trying to stay right at the periphery of his reach.
Okay, a little harder this time because it's no longer a good rolling shape.
No, I'm not rolling. I'm gonna push all the way
You're just
up.
gonna push it
I'm gonna
into
push
his
it.
reach.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
Are you making which side is up? I guess
I'm keeping the side
Doesn't
that's
matter.
the side that's
It does.
I'm trying to keep the side that's not peeled. The peeled side down, hopefully. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to not
Okay.
mess it up. So any worse than it already is. So I'll just do that, and I'll.
Right, so you push it back into range, and again, that great big head comes down towards you,
Yep.
and the nose nudges against the apple and tries to push it back against you.
Oh, is this for us?
And there's that happy snorting.
I like the dingus. We're taking the apple. Let's go.
Dingus looks at Apple, and then he looks at you, and you get a flash of Apple. Okay,
Guess we're taking the apple.
and Dingus chomps onto the apple
Yep.
and starts to drag it about. Yeah. And Faldir, you see Klopp look over to you, and then he reaches down, picks up his half of the apple, and then just sort of holds it a bit darting out of his mouth, pointing towards you.
This horse is smarter than we are.
I don't like it.
We are freaking doomed.
All I can think of is, you remember that videos where they gave llamas apples and they sat there trying to chew them forever? I want to believe that's even though I know horses are more capable than that.
I will approach and take the apple.
Right, you take the apple, and you see him sort of toss his head about as if, "Yay, you understood. Good job."
You certainly are an interesting one.
Well, apparently he doesn't like apples. I don't know what to do with this information. Gonna have to go to the honey sticks next.
Right. I'll pat the horse.
He pushes his muzzle against you affectionately.
Make sure he's got some feed ready and everything.
Yeah, you get him all sorted out, and he seems happy enough with his feed.
And then I will
Apple from horse mouth.
I will walk with that in my hand and go back toward the Vardo.
Okay, you head back over to the Vardo.
And then you're gonna offer it to Corvus.
Well, I was originally going to just offer it to Dingus, but that is a good idea.
Well, you may have been willing to offer it to Dingus, but when you get back to the Vardo, you do see Dingus there with Gifton, and Dingus is looking at this apple that he had to carry back with disgust. And Gifton, you are getting flashes of taste bad, taste bad, taste bad.
Okay, you don't have to eat it. You know what? I'm gonna make it better, and I'm gonna go take him and take one of the sticks of ration that I have, and with Kara's help, we're gonna go open up that little honey pot we got.
Oh.
And we're gonna dip one of the rations in some honey and give that to Dingus.
Okay, Dingus is very excited about this, and he doesn't like chew on it. You just see him sitting there for ages, like clutching this with his wings awkwardly, licking and licking and licking and licking and licking. Even when you think that the honey is long gone.
You gave him peanut butter.
Yep.
Well, in that case, I'll offer it to Corvus.
Corvus, you can see the fucking horse alive on this.
Corvus will slowly pull down his mask and then go back to work.
Yep.
So is that a no?
Yes, that is a no. Oh, yeah.
Poor Klopp gave his offerings. Nobody's eating them.
going to cut
Gifted
it
will
up.
cut some of the apple off and eat it because she won't waste food. Because I'll be honest,
Yeah.
she's kind of been raised as a scavenger. They kind of eat half-eaten food already, so she'll go for it.
Yeah, I'll just cut
Give
it
it
up.
give it a rinse off.
Throw it in with any food I might still have.
Okay. You could give it a rinse off with your water skin if you wanted.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make a small rain cloud and just have it
Very nice.
rain on
Okay.
it for a little bit, and then I'll chop a little bit off and eat it.
Cass, you come back into the Fardo to see a tiny rain cloud in the Fardo, like pattering down on this apple that's resting on the wooden floor.
I don't think you can grow apple trees indoors.
Oh, I can. Watch. I'm gonna take the seed.
God,
Then
don't
it can
you
sprout.
dare.
I can make it sprout.
Yeah.
I can't do much
So
more.
not only is the floorboard getting soaked by this tiny little rain cloud, there's now a tiny little sprouting coming from the apple.
See, I can do that.
Can I grasp this rain cloud by chance?
I don't see why not.
It's a cloud.
I don't think you can grasp it so much as you can smoosh it.
Disperse it.
Yeah.
They kind of wave it
You
away.
waft it away.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and rain clouds stay outside.
Shoot it outside.
Yeah, so you're able to shoo it away. Your hand ends up pretty soaked in
My
the process
rain
of doing it.
cloud.
I don't know why, but I could just see someone out in the main thing. Just see Caspian Pia shooing this cloud out of the Vardo. Just like, what the fuck is going on in there?
And soon enough, all of the antics start to die down as the camp starts to settle. And you're all able to settle in for the night. And yeah, your watches repeat. Not going to make you roll again, because nothing's going to happen.
No. But something may have happened earlier.
I wouldn't have made you roll for no reason.
Yeah, Cass got outwitted by a cadet.
And that's how your night goes. And the next day is very similar. You get going in the morning, you stop traveling by evening, you set up camp, you eat, watch it happen, and then the next day, it's much the same. Although now the terrain is getting noticeably wilder. You are at this point off the a nicely made road. This is barely even a track of any kind. You are traveling over just wild ground now. Thankfully, relatively smooth plains, but it's not exactly easy going on the wagons. There is a lot of bouncing about. And yeah, this does feel like wild territory. Faldir, having been keeping an eye on the guards and such, you notice that they are paying a lot more attention now. Even the new bloods are a little on edge at this point, whereas the older ones, well, not on edge, are cautious, notably cautious.
Good.
Yeah. The general chatter and merriment that goes on for the day is dimmed down. The entire caravan seems to be at a lower tone. And when you finally stop for the night, you can see in the distance, not too far, a vast forest of trees and going up into very, very rough hill land. And as the caravan comes to a stop, you see Green approaching the lot of you, actually riding up on his horse still. He's like, right, so we're not far from our destination now. I'd like to get some scouting done. Now, either me and my men can do it, and you guys keep watch, or we can switch roles.
It might be best if we go.
We will be a smaller group, and the bulk guards can stay with the rest of the caravan, yes?
And he nods as if, yep, he likes what he's hearing. So I'd appreciate it. My lot, as you can guess, are more used to guarding than scouting.
Makes sense.
Is there any form of signaling that will alert you if we run into any trouble?
You can try yelling, flashing any torches you have. Basically, just make a ruckus, and we'll send a few men over.
So you're
do that.
not talking about well ahead of the party. It's just ahead.
Well, if you can check out the tree line and see if there's anything bad ahead, and looking towards the tree line, it's about another hour's travel
So
without
still
the
in
caravan.
view. Still
Yeah,
in view.
it's within view, but
Okay.
pretty distant.
We'll determine details and get back to you in a moment.
All right. Well, let us know when you're heading out.
Of course, we soon. One of us is going to have to give up their stone.
You mean
It's
the
not bad.
Taki one?
Yes. Leave one with them. That
Well,
way,
if-
keep in touch.
I will do that. I tend to stick with the group most of the time, so it's not like I'm going to be disappearing.
Corvus is suddenly kidnapped.
Corvus is the first person to split off from the party.
Yeah.
I was actually
Thanks,
gonna go. I can
Lily.
get mine, but I'm usually up in the air, so that's not good. So,
And I can outpace just about anyone, so...
if that's how we're gonna do it, I need to do something really quick, and I'm gonna duck in and see Care, and I'm going to give him my sending stone.
Oh, are you heading out?
Yeah, we're gonna do some scouting. If anything happens and we're cut off, you can use this to talk to my mom. She'll get word to Capet, okay?
Yeah, he looks at the stone, and he looks at you, and he drops the stone and pulls you into a tight hug. He goes, "Well, don't let anything happen to you, okay?"
I won't. But even if something happens here, okay? You know,
Okay.
Take care of you.
Yeah, you be safe, darling. Okay.
I'll be safe. Okay.
Yeah, and he gives you a kiss and squeezes you
Squeezy,
tightly.
Dingus
Yeah.
gets super jealous, stuff like that.
Yeah, you can see Dingus sort of glowering a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give Dingus a big hug and a kiss. Oh, you silly.
And Dingus's head like sort of tries to go under you as if like, yep, get up on neck now. We go.
Yep, we're going.
And Dingus hops out to rejoin the rest of the group.
Yep. So who are we leaving it with? With Green?
Yes.
Yeah, Corvus will go over to Green.
Okay.
Okay. You can see Green directing his men to actually set up a proper perimeter now. And as you come over, he turns his torch towards you and goes, Mr. Adeles.
Yes.
You,
We'll be
heading out?
heading out, but we determined a good way of communicating with you. This is a sending stone. Are you familiar with them?
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar.
Staldia has a relay box, so if there's anything that you need us to know, it'll go to him, and he can communicate with you.
And he takes the little handset from you. He's like, "God, it's a bit more than a sending stone."
It's a little bit fancier. It's from the elder brother of Capet?
No, the middle brother of Capet.
The middle brother, okay.
Yeah, my Lord Capet. Yeah.
It's from
Well,
Callum Capet. Gave us it.
best of luck to you all then. Hopefully you don't find anything.
Indeed. We'll head off now, I suppose.
Just make sure you do keep a good eye. These aren't friendly hills.
I'm sure with a lot of us, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah. All right. I'll see to my men then, and he heads off to start addressing his men. Trusting you guys.
Why do I make head and hand motions, and none of you can see it?
It's okay. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I am always doing it.
Yeah.
It is the existence.
It is basically, if we were all comfortable enough and had suitable enough webcams, we would all be gesticulating at each other and doing stuff, but we don't, and some of us aren't. And I'll be honest, I'm in my PJs and screw you guys.
I don't trust your GM to have a webcam going at me without asking what's behind me.
Yeah. Right, so how are you guys heading off? Are you taking your horses? Are you taking the Fardo? Are you going on foot?
I'm not taking a horse.
I'm not taking a horse.
Dingus is.
rough terrain.
Dingus is taking a horse. Whee!
The terrain does start to get a bit rougher towards the forest. You can see, it starts to get hillier, and you guys know forest well enough to know that it does start to become a bit of a dangerous tangle if you're not careful.
Oh, Corvus has a horse.
Yes, Corvus has a horse. Everybody has a horse except for Gifton and Cassiopeia.
Why didn't we
Dingus.
get Cassie a horse?
Because
We couldn't find one
She's
big
got to
enough.
find a boyfriend at her own pace.
yeah, I know she caught the flowers, but
Or
It's
a
gonna be
girlfriend,
pretty hard
don't
to
judge.
find a mate at her own pace. She's pretty fast.
she is really
But
fast.
she could find a gelding. Could be none of the above.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh, wait, no. I was thinking Gelfling.
Alright, so how are you guys going at this?
I'm flying out.
Personally, I vote for horse taking, but others might disagree.
I was thinking, given that it sounds like the terrain goes bad away soon, it might be better going foot, honestly.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, we might cover faster because we're supposed to lead ahead of them, and they're with horses.
We're supposed to be outriders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the horses
fair
go
enough.
slower, they're still going to be faster than our slowest person on foot.
Fair.
Yeah.
Even if you've got to leave the horses a little out of the woods,
Yeah, I guess taking the horses, and we'll have to deal with it if that stops being a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. So you get your horses unhitched from the Fardo, as I assume you're not taking that with you.
Mm-mm.
And right, you getting up on Klopp, Valdir?
Yes.
Okay. Klopp actually does something that's pretty unusual for a horse to do when they're not actually prompted and trained to do so, which is his forelegs go down, and he actually lowers himself to make it easy for you to get on.
Fancy.
Aw, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
It's a devil-touched horse.
Which Addie has only ever had a horse do that once in her entire lifetime.
I have seen a horse do it 2 times total, and one was at a fair, and one was a friend's horse that really liked them. And was trained.
Thaldir will pat Klopp and then mount up.
Right, so you'll get up on your horses. And everyone, would you tell me your horses' names?
Boss Hoss.
Boss Horse?
Yeah.
Usalor.
Usalor? And what about you, Corvus? What's your horse called?
Honestly, I haven't even considered
Corvus's
that. I've been
horse?
too busy. Corvus's horse.
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 Get me off horse.
Horse. Pass. Pass. We'll do
Dingus.
pass.
Oh, that's good.
No,
Okay,
you have
boss
horse and boss.
The hell is
Actually,
my horse?
Corvus, I know what you call your horse.
But-
Cassiopeia.
I think he'd rather live.
The horse's name is No Stop. God damn it! I said stop.
9! 9!
9.
Right, so you all get up on
Dan.
your horses
No, that's nay, not
Nah.
nine.
and you start heading off towards the forest. As you approach, this is way more packed than most of the woods you saw around Tarnstead. The trees around Tarnstead were a bit more spread out, pines and such. This is a far more densely packed. I don't know if you guys are familiar with most traditional European forests, but
I am.
yeah. As you approach, you see there's not much clearance between each tree. There are bushes and brambles scattered about, and even the terrain under you is starting to get some divots, rough patches of ground, rocks hidden in grass, and you're having to go at a slow pace. About half hour into your journey, you're having to slow down and watch your horse's footing.
Me and Dingus are having no problems.
I will
Because
attempt.
Yeah.
I'll attempt to send a message back to Green, just saying, warning him that the terrain does get more difficult further up.
You send that message out, and then on the receiver you hear that sort of click on and off as someone's trying to figure out how to work a the button pressing before you hear hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello? And you hear someone say, "Sir, let go of the button, sir." Oh, and then it goes silent again.
The terrain gets more difficult further up. We will likely have to slow down.
Okay, so we'll go slow with the wagons once we start moving. Do you reckon they'll be able to handle it? I mean, we've got plenty of reinforced axles and such. Just as long as there's no particularly nasty drops.
Like, if this is like really narrow trees, how are they gonna get the freaking wagons through?
They're not.
They don't want to get through. They want to get to the forest edge and start cutting.
Oh, okay.
They want lumber.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought we were coming for clay.
You are coming for various things.
Oh, okay.
Clay, lumber, medical herbs.
Yeah.
Well, if they're not trying to get in through the forest, I believe you had described it that the terrain would be.
It is doable. Just slow going.
It will be possible. It will just be difficult.
Would you mind giving a quick scout of the trees or the nearby hills? It's sparse, but there's often reports of goblins or even, God forbid, hobgoblins in these regions.
Moving into the forest now. We'll let you know what else we find.
Okay, cool. And you hear a little more chatter before he remembers to let go of the button again. Yeah, and you get to the edge of the trees, and yeah, my God, is it dark in there? Gifton, you can't really get an aerial vantage simply because the
It's too brushy.
It's too brushy. It's
there's
too
too much
thick.
canopy
Yeah.
for me to see through.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I fly along the edge of the tree line towards the hills and just keep an eye on that then?
Yeah, you certainly can.
I'll do that. I'll when I click my thing and say, Valdir, I can't see anything through the trees. I'm gonna fly along the tree line and see if I can keep an eye on the hills. So.
Did Gifton almost say can't see shit?
Almost, almost. I corrected. The player corrected herself. The player corrected herself. The player had a moment of weakness. Forgive her, not blame Gifton.
Well, because you're not played by Tuvok, I will forgive you. But, all right. Be careful, and at any sign of trouble, warn us.
Will do.
Okay. Are we gonna be leaving the horses on the edge of the woods then?
That is probably a good idea, looking into the tree lines.
That'd be a good idea.
You are far more liable to break a horse's leg trying to get through there, so it's probably a good idea.
I will stop and see if I can find a decent tree to
lash them against.
Yeah.
You're able to get the horses secured against a very, very sturdy tree. And yeah, this forest lies before you. Does the group want to split up to search it? Do you want to send some up into the hills? Do you want to also look at the forest and let Gifton handle that? How do you want to go about this?
Before we decide on that, you may want to let the green know that we hitched the horses on the forest edge.
Sorry, could you repeat that for a second?
You may want to inform Green that our horses are tied up on the forest edge if he heads out and we're still in the forest.
I just realized there's a problem with what we did. We left our Vardo
Yeah.
without any way to haul it forward.
Maybe not that.
The assumption is you would actually probably return to the report.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay. So never mind.
The release might want to have a couple people.
Forget I said that.
They're probably not going to move forward without us with them,
yeah.
basically.
they're likely not going to move forward until morning. It's pretty dark now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed we were just being sent to look ahead, then come back, and
Well, I think I'm gonna sneak in and just in case there's stuff.
I will ride up to the hill because I'm
Okay, so you're going to check the hills on foot.
So me and
Yeah,
Cassie
as it
will
were.
be checking the hills, and you guys can check in the woods.
all right, sounds good.
Corvus will light the lantern revealing and then shut it off.
Okay. All right. Now, those that wish to stealth, you can keep enough distance, but enough decent line of sight to keep an eye on the rest of your group if you want to split off and try and be hidden. Or you can all move in as a group. It's up to you. Cass, are you heading up to hills? Are you trying to lay low about it, or are you just going to go ahead and use your speed?
I'm just going to use my speed.
Okay. Gifton, are you and Dingus trying to keep yourself as skilled against cloud cover? You being high up, or are you going to check a low?
We're going to try and be obscure. So,
Okay.
Can I roll stealth for us?
Yeah, you can roll stealth for you guys.
Okay. I'm going to roll it normal because I don't know if we actually have cover, so...
Yeah, okay. And Cass charges along.
And then there's Dingus.
Lovely, lovely.
Dingus is the important one for the stealth.
Dingus is very good at this.
Yeah.
Right.
He finds the clouds.
Forest party. Who's stealthing?
I am.
Corvus. Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
basically, Faldia is the loud one.
Oh,
Well,
Okay.
Jesus.
You know what?
thank
Just
God.
because
Faldia will try to be sneaky.
I probably should try, but that means I gotta turn that on.
Nat 20. Oh.
Oh, fuck!
wow. I
I was
just like
expecting
the
that
idea of
20,
Baldur
honestly.
just turning around and looking at Corvus and RD and going,
Now, okay, so you guys are going to be at this for a good hour or two, looking around, checking through the forest. I would like 2 sets of perception checks from each of you.
that's forest group.
Yeah.
16s for Corvus.
Okay, very nice, very nice, very nice. Wow.
20 and 11 for Carrick.
Those are some good rolls.
Other than my 11.
You
I got 20 at least
distracted
the first time.
by the bird.
Got
Okay.
distracted by the stomping behind me of 2 of the people that are supposed to be sneaky.
All right. So, anyone that got a 15 and over on their first roll,
Uh-huh.
Be all of them.
what yeah, I think so. What you find is looks to be quite a few tracks for you. I think wolves or something like that. Definitely a pawed beast of some sort, rather large, although not so large as to be of the dire variety. There are elk tracks, very similar things like that. Your general nature stuff. Those that got a 20 or over on their first roll will come across something a bit more interesting, which is strange clumps of feather and fur, which I will actually need nature checks on to identify it.
Damn it. For survival, I could do this.
20.
20.
Okay.
Okay.
Just hitting 18s.
I'm very much on brand.
The guy with the 6.
I like to
doesn't
think
get terrible.
RG's like, I got it stuck on me, and it's trying to fight. You know, feathers sometimes stick to you. There's like a feather that they can't get off their hand.
Okay. Lovely wood group. That is anyone that got 15 and over, so Carrick and Faldir. Owlbears.
Oh no.
Who gave the bears wings?
Hill group. For your first set of rolls, If you got a 15 or over,
We haven't rolled yet.
have you not rolled?
Yeah.
Okay, give me your 2 rolls.
Alright, I'm doing me first, and then I'm going to do Dingus.
Yep.
Because Dingus has advantage naturally.
Yep.
No.
Okay, very nice. Right, so Cassiopeia. The first thing you'll find, apart from the general critters you'd find roaming the hills, you do find what looks to be very, very old signs of goblin activity. There are little buried pieces of what looks to be broken, splintered arrows that have been fired at some game at some point. Old tracks, even a old den at some point, but they look long abandoned. Dingus spots these 2, Gifton, and will relay them to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dingus is the only one to spot the second thing. And Gifton, you get some weird flashes of Big Gobbo foot.
Where?
And he seems sort of trying to nudge his head down somewhere, and then you get that flash of fly down.
Yeah, let's fly down.
And he will fly down towards it.
Alright, and I'm gonna use my thing and say, Dingus said he spotted a big Gobbo foot or something. I'm gonna go look at it. I'm hitting that to Thaldir because he's the only one that would hear it.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go see.
And as you do that, he lands down there, and the forest group. Did anyone get a 20 or an over on their second roll?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody but me and Corvus.
Yeah, as you're getting this call through from Gifton, you also come across these strange tracks, which I'd like a nature check from those that succeeded again. So, Gifton, Dingus is showing you one so you can see it, and the forest groups that see can also roll nature.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive.
I did okay.
You did okay. And
I'm proud.
I didn't. Blackheart.
That's what I said. Everybody but me and Corvus.
Oh, okay. I just said Corvus.
Only RG, Thaldir, and Gifton, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none of you are able to identify this. But what it does look like is a very large footprint. And do you think Dingus may have just associated this with, hey, these were goblin tracks before? No, it's a big one.
How
Bigger
big
goblin.
is it?
It is much bigger than Dingus.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 2 foot across, long rather.
That's big. That's big.
That's
Thaldir, we have a footprint here that's like about 2 feet long, and I don't know what this is. Is it fresh? Can I tell from that?
Yeah, with that roll, yes. You and Argy can tell that these are fresh tracks. Argy, yours are looks like they're about half a day old. Gifton, yours hours.
It only looks like it's a couple hours old, maybe. Should I keep following them?
And that means it's going your way, probably, because mine looks
I'm
older
sending
than that.
Thaldir. Telephone, remember?
And he was a pain in the ass.
I thought
Only
found
Thaldir can hear the receiving from the units.
Yeah. And I can't hear anything you're saying unless Thaldir.
I have 2 different modes.
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody else only has 1 mode.
Addy gave free communication, but was a dick DM about it.
Yes.
Yeah. I can send to everybody or single person.
Yeah.
Everybody else can only send to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was part I have not been clear on this whole damn time, because we've been treating it the other way the whole time we were at the attack.
No, we weren't.
No,
we weren't.
We're relaying.
We were relaying
Well,
to Thaldir.
this does not need to go on, so
Yeah.
we're going to continue on.
Yeah. So, I'm going to hold for a moment because RD is noting that,
This is older.
well, Yeah, so I'm going to pass on the information that, alright, it appears that Gifton has been finding tracks as well. She says they're relatively fresh. You say these are relatively older than that, so it seems we're going to have to go back up towards the hills
Which way
and
does
prepare.
the tracks look like they're going? Can I tell like a direction?
Yeah, you can tell the direction. These do look. Yours does look like it's pointed deeper into the hills.
Okay. And I'll be like, mine look like they're going deeper into the hills.
Whatever it is, it may just be passing through.
Well, if you are the people in the forest, and even gifting with Cass, you can catch the attention of your friends that didn't notice these things if you want them to check them out.
I will flag down Cassiopeia. We'll flutter up a bit and wave her over. Cassiopeia, come here, look at this.
Cass is going
Corvus
to
will
do
as
the
well.
big turn and go running back.
Takes you a few minutes, Cass, but you're able to get there. And then you, Corvus, and Carrick, you're free to make nature checks if you so want to. Very nice. Yep. Yeah, Carrick's the tracks look a half day old or so. But you're not able to tell what it's from.
From about a half day ago.
I've never seen a goblin that big, though.
I know we have evidence of owl bears, so we may be seeing something like that.
Though, whatever this is, it's either hunting in the forest or it's just passing through. And
If
he says
it's
that is
here, we're going to have to deal with it. And that I will be broadcasting out at the same time that I'm talking to the group.
so Green hears it too.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Green's going to have to hear everything that we've been sent back.
So, deal with...
Actually, no, I'm just broadcasting it out to Gifton anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, because he can actually pick which dial it goes to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, you see the tracks. You see where they're heading. It is getting much darker now. As in, it's basically going to be as dark as it's going to get. You can imagine that most of the people at the camp are now asleep. Question is, do you want to pursue this in the dark, or do you want to wait until morning?
We will have the element of surprise if we go at night, depending if it's asleep or not. Not knowing what it is, it does put us at a disadvantage.
Here's a simple one. RJ just throws around, well, here's a simple question. Raise your hand if you can see in the dark.
Half the party raises their hand?
Corvus just holds his lantern.
I raise my
You can see
hand.
light too.
Cass is shaking her head.
We
No one
can't
can see
hear
it.
that. We're not there.
Carrick raises his hand.
Then it can also see the light from the lantern, and that kind of loses surprise anyways.
True.
Alright, Gifton, I think it's best if we meet back up where the horses are. We'll figure out exactly what we're doing afterwards. Make sure to bring Cassie.
Come on, Cassie.
Also, out of character, Cass, you can see in the dark. You have the goggles.
Yeah, you have the goggles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the only people who can't see in the dark is actually Gifton and Corvus.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Dingus can see in the dark, so I don't need to see if he can see. It's just Corvus can't see shit.
Mm-hmm.
The lowly human.
To be fair,
Yeah,
the lowly brownie and the lowly human can't see shit in the dark. That's why I wanted goggles at night.
Alright, so you're going to pull back for now?
Yeah, we'll pull back.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you're able to make your way out of the forest easy enough. Fowler, you're so used to navigating, I'm not going to force a roll for it.
I would like to roll a nature check to try and remember as much as I can about
this
owl
location?
bears,
Oh,
however.
Yeah, go for it.
Because maybe nocturnal, not nocturnal stuff that might be helpful for
Yeah,
dealing
that's a decent enough roll.
Oh,
So,
actually,
yes.
go ahead. When you're done with that, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, what you know about owlbears is, they are fairly nocturnal hunters. They can operate in the day, but they don't particularly like to. They have decent sense of smell. They can see in the dark. Their sight is very keen, about as keen as this scent of smell is. And they are very aggressive, very ill-tempered, and pretty stubborn, which makes them a little hard to scare off as well.
So they're Falcors.
If an owlbear is hungry, there's little you can do to dissuade it from attacking. And you've heard tale of some owlbears being tamed or such, but there's little merit in that. They're so aggressive; it's a feat to do so. They tend to be alone or occasionally in mated pairs.
Carnivore, omnivore, herbivore.
They are mostly carnivorous, although they will eat. They're omnivores to an extent.
Okay, so they're predominantly carnivore, but
yeah,
carnivorous bears.
And they, like bears, like to make their dens in caves.
All right. And out of curiosity, just a reminder, those were about the only tracks that we really saw.
You did see random other animal tracks and such, but there was nothing you felt of particular threat. Wolves, while can be scary, aren't going to be a threat to a caravan of this size.
Actually, I'm thinking of it from the other way around. I'm thinking in terms of prey.
Of prey, elk.
Okay.
Elk's probably the biggest prey in this forest, and all manner of forest critters going down from that as well.
All right, so it is less likely that owl bears would be starving at this point.
Yeah. Just by the sound of this forest and the various droppings and various things you found, this is a pretty teeming with life forest.
Okay, so we're not likely to face off incredibly hungry owl
It would be
bears.
unusual for something to be starving, yeah.
Okay. Given you highlighted that they are especially problematic when hungry, I thought I'd check.
It's a worthwhile thing to ask about, yes.
Yeah. Blackheart, you had a question. I'm done my line of questioning, so.
Since I rolled high enough to know how old the tracks are, and you said the thing that we don't know is about half a day old. About how old are the owlbear tracks?
About half a day old.
Are they going in the same direction?
That was a little harder to tell. The owlbear tracks seem to be sort of going in various other directions as if it was moving about in one area.
Okay.
But they do seem to be taking up the same sort of range.
Okay. So it came through about the same time, but it might be happenstance. Well, we should probably get back to the caravan and warn them of what we found.
So I'm guessing that we've met back up at this point then?
Yeah, you could have met back up at this point.
All right, so I'm not going to broadcast anything if everybody's here except for the caravan. Right, so we're dealing with at least an owl bear, which is nocturnal, possibly something else.
Bigfoot goblin.
Yeah.
We'll have to take care of the owl bear and the other thing, likely.
Yeah. And Gifton and Cass, you do have news of a goblin tribe that seems to have moved on, doesn't seem to be in the area.
Yeah, the goblin tribe looks like it's gone, as far as we could tell from like everything. But whatever this big thing is, it's big. It's all like,
one might say it's giant.
Or huge?
That's stretching it, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess you could
If
stretch
anyone wants to
foot.
give me a nature roll for giants to try and think how big those would be,
Sure, what the
Sure,
hell?
why?
Sorry, I was that was meant as jest, but why not?
yeah, a giant footprint would be way bigger.
Maybe it's just a big goblin.
It's just a Bigfoot.
Right.
Oh God, some poor goblin that crushed its foot and it's just like swollen.
What if it's just somebody who's been cursed with a really swollen foot?
That would be very unfortunate, but they might be ill-tempered, so we'll have to keep an eye out for them anyways.
Are we riding back to the caravan now?
I think it might be best to hold off till at least tomorrow to deal with them.
The caravan?
Probably a good idea.
Well, if the
Whatever.
outcomes are nocturnal,
Stuff is.
then
Are
we
we
may
saying-
have to find its den.
Are we staying here then, or are we heading back?
We'll head back to the caravan, and I think we'll have to increase watches or be on proper alert.
Okay.
It'll also mean on our way back we can have we don't have to leave the horses tied up here, so we don't have to worry about them, getting caught in something.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're all able to get mounted up and make your way back to the caravan. Cautiously enough at first, but you soon start to hit ground where you feel comfortable going at a quicker pace. Though with the darkness, not too quick. It's a little over an hour before you return, and you do see Green has stayed awake, basically waiting for you all, chatting with a couple of his fellow guards, and he gives you a wave as you all trot in.
Right. We probably should talk. It would be best to sit somewhere where we're not distracting your guards.
Well, come over by the fire then, Swarm. And he'll let you get your horses situated, and he'll go basically wait over by the fire for you. And
When the rest of the group, any of you who don't wish to be part of this, you can go off and do whichever, but I'll definitely talk with him.
I'll go get us some food because I'm guessing it's getting late enough that we're probably wanting food.
Most people are in bed by now. However, there is still a pot of food there.
I'm gonna go see Care and go to bed.
A little congealed, but you're gonna go get in bed with Care.
Well, I can heat it
Alright,
back.
he's gonna get food.
I'm gonna go and prestidigitation the food to warm again.
Yeah. Okay. Right. What about Cassie and Corvus?
Cass is going to get something to eat.
Okay.
Corvus
I'm
will get something to eat.
Actually,
Right.
I'm not only am I getting food, but I'm actually going to take it back over to the Thaldir and stay over there after I get it.
Well, the dude Fowler's going to talk to is basically near the food pot. So
Oh, okay.
Not better to be
Check
quiet.
that
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I will make sure
Yeah.
that Thaldir gets food.
Okay. Gifton, you are able to get in, and Kira is actually sitting on the bed awake. And you can tell he's been fretting a little bit.
Hi.
Oh, you're back. Oh. And he gets up and he comes over and hugs you very quickly.
Yep. Big hugs.
And
Nothing to worry about.
Dingus sort of meeps and he goes, "Yep, I'm glad to see you as well, Dingus.
Yeah, give
Thank you for keeping her safe."
Dingus a kiss on the forehead, and we go, okay, we should all get some sleep.
And Dingus puffs his chest out proudly before just sort of slumping down onto the ground. Ooh, typing.
Not me.
And you're able to get into bed with Care and get some sleep. And the fire group. You sort of gather around, grabbing some bowls of food, and Green takes a seat nearby with you, Faldia. It's like, well, anything alarming?
Maybe not alarming, but we have evidence of owl bear, or possibly more than one owl bear.
not exactly a nice thing to encounter, but it should be easily handleable by us.
Unfortunately, there's also trail of something larger. Not quite sure what it is.
Bigfoot goblin.
A Bigfoot goblin? A hobgoblin?
Hobgoblin has a 2-foot footprint.
No, not quite that scale.
And it was smaller than a giant, so really don't know what it is.
Bigger than a hobgoblin, but smaller than a giant. That narrows it down some.
Dingus thought it was goblins. Is there anything like a goblin that's bigger than a hobgoblin?
Not that I'm aware of.
Corvus.
I mean, to be fair, the pseudo dragon called the horse something else for a long while.
MPL is having a thought. Is Corvus gonna have this thought?
I don't know. You failed most of your checks.
I know, so I'm not. I think I know what it is. I don't say anything.
Well, I suppose. Do you think it's cause to fall back, or do you think you could handle whatever it is?
We should be able to handle whatever it is. It just may require some effort.
Okay. Well,
I mean, logistically, by now we probably handled the worst.
Well, in the morrow we shall head towards the forest edge, then set up camp near there, and then, we'll try and stay close to the caravan, but we do need to send some people up into the hills for some of the resources there. My guards should be able to handle whatever's in the forest, any owlbears. If you want to take yours into the hills.
Yes,
They can do that.
we'll try.
I'll try and find the big bugger.
Big
Okay.
goblin.
Right. Well, sounds like a plan then. I suggest you all get some rest. We'll handle the watches tonight. You've all been out quite a length of time.
I mean, I can do part of the watch. I only sleep like 4 hours, and sleep's kind of a loose word for it.
Well, certainly you're welcome to join us. All right, and that includes me. I should get some sleep. Rest well.
Is it possible to increase your guards this evening?
Yes, I'll make sure some extra men are on watch. We have more than enough to have a decent rotation.
Good.
And you see him sort of get up, and he wanders off to various sleeping bags and starts basically just kicking his men awake. You hear him going, McDonald, Russell, you're on watch. Up you get. Go on, Harry. And you see guards starting to rouse themselves, grumbling.
Harry and Russell. More guard names. Got it.
And Donald.
McDonald.
McDonald.
Sweet.
Yeah, he has a farm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the old guy. Got it.
And you are all able to get to bed, which you will have to sleep through without watches, apart from URG, if you want to get a full night's rest.
I am more than happy to take the sleepy time.
Yep, Cassius schnozzing.
I'm going to try and take a rest.
Yeah. Okay. You all get into your first beds. And soon enough, morning comes. Typing.
Sorry. There's not much I can do about it, honestly.
And soon enough, morning comes, and you hear the shouts of the camp trying to get into hurried order, trying to get the day ahead. Guards getting roused up, and there's the sound of swords being sharpened, just as caution. And there is a thump thump on the side of the Fardo.
What is it?
It's green. You all up?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
sure I would have known about by then. So.
Yeah. We're going to be escorting the woodworkers and such into the forest proper. If you guys wouldn't mind heading out with a couple of the carts to the hills.
Yes, we'll do what we can soon.
Yeah. And there's a few moments of silence, and RG, you can see him gazing off at the terrain he's basically directing to. And it's not as if the hills and the forest are a direct separation. They do blend into each other. It's like, I'd like us to stay close, so if you wouldn't mind trying to keep close to the tree line within the hills. If anything, if there is anything bad, it's somewhere to run and hide for those that aren't equipped to handle it.
They still have the sending device, so.
If you run into trouble, of course, do contact us, and I'll try to send some extra men up to you.
Dude.
All right. You'll be heading up there with Abby Ward and a few of the others. Keep an eye on the old man. He can wander a bit.
Yay! We're gonna have the old herbalist with us to go up in the hills.
Got an escort quest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he's gonna be an escort. He's gonna go wandering off in random direction.
Is he going to
Crap.
walk at that?
He's going to be slightly faster than Feldir's walking speed,
But if you
far
run, you're
slower
taking,
than my-
yeah.
Damn it!
Why can I not match your face?
Isn't that normally human walking speed problems that you have to
Yes,
fix, Feldir?
Yeah.
That's all she needs to do is give me a human, and they'll be slightly faster walking speed.
The best part is for me,
But
I'd have to
too
run to keep
slow
up.
running.
I have to run to keep up, but you would be doing that struggle of, I can't just,
Yeah.
Jogging
As you guys start to get yourselves together, a couple of the guards will actually direct you to who you're supposed to be escorting, and you see a couple of carts. You can see in one there seems to be just loaded up with shovels and sort of heavy-duty sacks. The other one has more delicate little bags and little trowels and shears and so on. And yeah, it looks like people together clay and such, and people together herbs.
Okay.
We are a clay group.
Yeah. For the little herb cart, you can already see sitting on top of it a very old human male and a younger man who is just sort of chatting to him a little bit. And RG, you recognize him as the man that basically took the older gentleman off of you. For the clay cart, it seems to be someone is bossing the rest of the people around. She seems to be a human woman. The usual traditional red hair, bit stocky, middle-aged, and she seems to just be directing people to make sure certain tools are in the cart. Nope, leave that behind. We don't need that yet. And you were able to lead them on out towards the hills.
Run to
The hills.
Do they have eyes?
run.
No, but they are alive for the
Now,
sound.
as most of the camp is moving out, do you want to take the follow?
I think we should, because there's wagons anyway. Or do we?
Yeah, I think we should probably take the Vardo.
Now, are they leaving a team behind, or is
Punish
everyone
you.
going?
As far as you can tell, it looks like just about everybody's packing up.
Yeah, then
I
we should
definitely
probably take the Vardo.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing of note is they don't seem to be. They're not disrupting basically the fire pit. It's not lit now, but they are leaving it in place. So there might be plans to come back here. You could ask if you want.
Yeah, I'll ask, since before we head off, it'd be a good idea to ask that question.
guards seem to be busying themselves. Although there is Cecil, basically attending to the little pit, basically getting the pots and pans packed up.
Hi, Cecil. I mean, Nobby, because we're friends.
Morning, y'all. Mr. Fortema, you're looking. Can I help you?
Is the camp heading out? Are we breaking this camp and moving?
Plan, as far as I'm aware, we're going to set up at the forest edge. If it proves too nasty, we'll be coming back here. But otherwise, staying put there.
Stay alert, boy.
Of course, always alert. And you see him sort of reaching for his sword, which isn't there. And he sort of looks around, trying to see where you put it. And
remember to use your head. Seems to be what you're best at.
Yeah, always. Need a helmet for it, actually. And he actually sort of seems to get into his mind that he needs a helmet. And you see him just sort of wander off, just casually glancing about.
Don't forget your sword.
Oh, right, sword. Yeah, and he hurries back and he grabs that up. And then he goes off looking for a helmet again.
I like Nobby.
Boy is totally going to die in the most classic of Gears of War.
All right. And soon enough, the caravan starts to head out, traveling together for a short distance at first, but then there is that natural split that happens as one goes towards the more wooded forest edge and one heads towards the beginning of the foothills, where there's a little bit of the forest blending into it still, but it looks like it'll be a good location to actually start trying to find shit. Puts you roughly 20 minutes away from the rest of the caravan.
Okay.
Not a fast distance, but enough. Yeah, and they actually take the wagons a little bit into the hills. It's tricky going, and they do get stuck a couple of times. But frankly, with the strength available in this group, looking at you, Cassie, they're easy enough to get unstuck.
Pretty sure she can just pick up one end
Yeah,
and just start
basically.
walking forward.
And at one point, you did hear an excited yell from the old man, and he starts demanding for the wagons to stop. And you can hear him sort of starting to ramble off about he sees some freaking, and he can't think of herbal names,
Holy
Foxglove.
Who cares?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, the rare foxglove is what he sees. But yeah, he starts gesturing and waving at a spot, and he forces the caravan to a halt. Well, caravan, the two wagons and your father.
Convoy.
He sees like some yellow dock, and he sees
It's like look, that's sweet
hawthorn,
Sicily, some Peridia,
turmeric.
Yeah,
It's an
turmeric.
anti-inflammatory.
It's just eating turmeric.
No, it's
Now,
an anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-inflammatory.
I know. But yeah, he brings it all to a halt, and he basically hops down, looking very spry for how crooked he looked before. And you see the young man that's been helping him sort of run after him with the actual tools required to gather shit properly. And the other wagon stops, and you see the middle-aged woman glance over at your little Fardo, who's driving, by the way. I assume Faldir.
Yeah, probably will be. Yeah.
I guess we'll stop here and start looking for a decent digging for clay.
All right. Try to keep people together.
We'll stay within shouting distance at least.
The old man. I just found some shepherd's purse.
Yep. Yeah, and the wagons come to a stop, and people start to hop off and guess about their duties.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of fly around at height in a circle, just kind of looking around.
Okay. You start flapping around, keeping an eye out. What about the rest of you?
Cassius will be accompanying the old man.
Are you going to stick with the old man?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has herbalism background, so he's going to be.
Yeah, you're gonna help him pick up stuff.
Yep, and
Yeah.
seeing what he is finding as well.
Yeah. He is going from bushel to bushel, and give me a nature check with advantage.
Gonna find some ephedra and some lignane
Yeah,
and some
most of the stuff
antimony, witch
he's
hazel.
finding a lot of stuff. Some that you would actually have trouble spotting yourself. He even shows you a few herbs you've not seen before, and excitedly lists off their healing properties to you. And yeah, he is moving like a speedy demon, deeper into the tree line now, just trying to find stuff. Sort of heading away from the hills a bit. Still in the hills, but deep into the tree line. And yeah, you follow him along. Yeah, you help him pick the stuff up. Do you pocket any for yourself?
If there's enough.
Ooh.
Well, enough's hard to judge because you've got a big cart to load up.
Yeah.
So it's just a case of whether you want to or not.
Sure.
Okay, you're going to pocket some?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, you pocket some, and if you want to give me another nature check, you can keep an eye out for your own taste if you want.
Normal?
No, advantage. Yeah, and you see herbs that he seems to be very deliberately avoiding, that have less savoury purposes. Like, that had some paralytic effect if ingested.
Good. Das ist gut.
And you're able to get some of that. Okay. Rest of you, how are you? Are you going to be on escort duty? Are you going to do perimeter? What are you going to do?
I'm just probably going to hit the perimeter.
Tracks.
Alright, you're looking for tracks out here. What was that, Archie?
I'm going to be going around the perimeter.
Okay. What about you, Cass?
Cass is going to be helping people out with just moving stuff, but she's going to be patrolling around the area.
You'd probably stick with the clay and mineral group then.
Yeah.
So they're likely going to be having heavier hauls.
Their wagons are probably going to get stuck a lot easier.
Yeah. What about you, Carrick? Carrick is dead.
Carrick died.
Yes,
Yeah,
Carrick
he-
is AFK at the moment.
Yeah.
Bio stuff.
Okay. Long
Okay.
there.
It's not yet returned.
Okay.
Water bottles. And it finally
Oh,
got
no.
up to him.
Alright. Everybody except Corvus, because you're kind of busy with the picking of stuff, give me perception checks, please.
Do I get advantage because I'm in the air?
Yeah.
It's daytime?
You're searching the hills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get advantage. Very
and
nice.
then Dingus, because he auto gets advantage.
Passive on 14.
Okay. Oh, Carrick.
Yes.
The caravan stopped in the hills. Old man's gone off into the woods to pick flowers. Clay and Mineral team has gone off in another direction. What do you want to be doing? Do you want to be patrolling? Do you want to be sticking with one group or the other?
What is the rest of the group doing?
They've
Corvus is with the old man.
I'm flying around over the hills.
Yeah, you got Gifton in the air, looking over the hills. Cassiopeia in the hills as well with the clay group. Corvus is actually with the old man helping gather stuff. Faldir and RG are patrolling and just basically searching for tracks and stuff.
I'm going to patrol because that's probably the best thing for me.
Alright, give a perception check then.
Yeah, perception, please.
I'd invite you to join me in the
Okay.
air, but I don't think you'd fit.
All right. So,
Not yet.
first of all, Gifton, up in the air, you see some disturbed, basically just that lowlands grassy hill foliage, those horrible little bushes and shit. You see some of them are being disturbed, stomped down a bit and flying a bit lower, Dingus. Tracks again. Those same big tracks. These ones seem to be heading squint a bit. Yes, those look like they're the ones going towards the woods, maybe from last night, the ones that actually went in. Because they must have if they came out. Carrick, You looking around do find some of this disturbed stuff in the hills as well. There's a big big footprint of you heading into the woods, all stomped down. If you want to discern any more, there's going to be another nature check, which you can land to try and do that gift if you want, but from the sky.
Yeah,
Can't really.
I'll land because I mean we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
There's still a Bigfoot.
yeah. Land and give me a
Bigfoot
nature check
goblin.
then.
Not very good, but
Okay. Yeah.
old.
It looks like it might be fresher than those from yesterday, but it's hard to tell. And Faldia, what you find are a bunch of these great big tracks going very clearly into the forest. And with that perception check, you can have a advantage on your nature check.
Damn, I wish this ended up being survival, but
Right. They look fresher than the ones you found yesterday. But you also do see some other stuff with your perception check. Not only do you see these great big tracks, you see, again, those little signs of owlbear as well.
Pet.
in terms of owlbear tracks or
Tracks, a few scattered feathers.
are they
In the same direction.
same direction, similarly plumped together, almost as if
they
one was
wander.
following the other, or
Yeah. They wander a bit side to side along this line of the bigger footprints, but it does seem like they're together.
I'm gonna put this out to everybody because we've split up, so Green gets to get some updates. All right, it looks like whatever the unidentified creature is, maybe following or with the owlbear. Got recent tracks going a certain direction. They seem to be close together.
And
So, to anybody with
with
honest-
walkies, talkies, which unfortunately Corvus does no longer have.
Bum,
Corvus.
bum.
But I love how he's the one that went into the woods.
Yeah, we even said don't be the one that separates out.
Yeah, you even said
Corvus.
I'm be the one who doesn't.
Corvus.
He got distracted.
Yeah, while you're picking up these lovely, lovely herbs with this lovely, lovely paralytic ability, you crouch over, gathering those up, and you glance back up over your shoulder, and where's the old fucker?
Scheiße.
Give me a perception check.
Lord.
Very well, not advantage.
No, not advantage.
Yeah. However, 16 will get you. You do see trampled down leaves and such. You can sort of figure a general direction he headed off in.
Scheiße.
Which, boy, he left your sight very quickly.
He's going to pocket everything, get his staff or get his cane ready, and start trudging in.
Okay. You're gonna yell for your friends.
He's going to turn around. I don't have anything.
You have lungs.
Yeah, I guess. I also have a viola.
Yeah, that'll catch attention.
I'm not so sure that it would carry quite as well
You
as
have the old
yelling.
sending stones.
Yeah, do you have one of the old sending stones?
The old
There's
setting
so-
stones are bound between Thaldir and Capet, and I have the one between me and my mom. We only had 4.
Yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
thought.
because I gave my old to gift.
Yeah.
Turning around, and he is going to look up on the hill and cup his hands and just yell out, "A lost ward in the forest."
Okay, with your passive perceptions, you can all hear this.
Why did that boy have to separate out? The one who gave out his. And he can't even keep track of an old man.
And then, Corvus,
Mhm.
you hear from deep into the forest, you hear, I haven't lost ward, I'm right! And there is a thump in the distance.
That's a weird thing for him
Yeah,
to say.
the rest of us hear the thump.
For that, I need the perception check,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
as your passengers won't pick this up.
Nah, I'm still grumbling about stuff.
Am I able to? I didn't have an idea where I am.
You can do your perception check. It's just going to be high DC.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm not going to do it with advantage because high isn't going to matter. So yeah, that makes sense.
Oof.
Now let's roll Dingus.
Come on, Dingus. You're a pro at this.
No!
Oh, Dingus. Yeah. Nope. None of you hear the yell and the thump. All that Corvus has lost ward.
All right, I'm gonna broadcast out to everybody just because it's easiest this way. All right, I'm gonna need 2 people to go to Corvus and see if they can help find the old man.
I'll go. And or just click thing.
I guess I'll go too.
RNG.
I guess it'd be I guess I'm going. I wouldn't hear the.
And I'll just broadcast out. All right, I guess Argy and Carrick are going. Thank you.
When the thump happened and that Corvus is going to just turn around and go.
Turn around, like away from the thump or towards the thump?
Towards the thump.
Towards the thump.
Yeah. Well, fuck it.
Turn
The old man's dead. No,
I
No
wasn't going to
offense, I
question
can see it going either way.
Okay, all right. You start booking it towards the thump.
Yeah.
Arjun and Carrick, are you wandering in or are you actually hurrying in?
Hurrying.
Right, Arjun is super speedy, and Carrick has rogue dash, so you're both going to be pretty fast in. All right, Corvus, you head towards that thump. Are you trying to be quiet about it, or are you going in fast? You've been quiet? Okay, give me a stealth roll, please.
Ooh, somebody who's
Very
supposed to be
nice.
good at stealth doing well.
All right,
Yeah.
you manage. You keep yourself hidden behind trees and bushes. It's not as tightly packed as the lower woods are, but there's enough cover. And you start to gradually come towards what looks like to be a clearing of sorts. No, it's not quite a clearing. It's just there are trees that are like knocked down, scattered about to make a sort of openish area. And give me a perception check, please. All right, and what you see is you do actually manage to spot Ward, who seems to have been knocked against one of these trees. He's not moving. And what knocked him seems to be a very large troll.
Yeah!
Carrying a club. And then coming into view on what looks like to be a sort of very, very crude leash is an owlbear being held by another troll.
Oh.
And you see the troll without the owlbear sort of prodding its club down at Ward's body, and there's a bit of guttural chatter between them, and then some laughter. And you can see the owlbear is being held very tight, and it's trying to claw its way towards the body.
Owlbear and 2 trolls.
And RG and Carrick, you will be able to catch up. You can see Corvus basically behind a tree, looking into a clearing past some bushes, and you can hear a very deep guttural tongue, very crude. Which let me. Which of you? Do any of you speak Giant?
I do.
Both me and Carrick, actually.
Lovely. Okay. You can hear it's not the smooth Giant you know, but you can make it out clear enough. It's just basically good meat for the fire and such things. Maybe let Pet have a taste, toy with it a bit.
RG's just going to start cursing and look at Carrick and go, call the others. And she's vaulting over the branch that Corvus is ducked behind.
I am buzzing the stone. We found word he's down by trolls.
But
They're going to eat him.
Follow the screaming.
I give roughly how far I went from where I was and where I was.
Make me a survival check to see about your directions.
Okay.
Damn it.
Before I go, give me a second.
I'm sorry, Claudia. if you'd like, I can make you do a survival check to understand them.
No, I just find it funny.
Yeah. He gives clear enough directions that you think you can make your way to him.
All right, everyone. Here's where we're going. Meet up. Sounds like we've got quite a fight on our hands. Green, just be prepared.
You could tell him it's trolls.
It hasn't been relayed yet.
No. Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you relay it?
Down
Okay.
by trolls.
Yeah. Okay.
They brought trolls.
Right.
They are trolls. They didn't bring
RG, you're focusing straight over, not waiting?
Yep.
Okay.
Corvus will go if she goes.
Okay.
And Cass is going to make as much time as she can, but Cass is a ways out.
Yeah.
RG is also, as she's vaulting, going to roar out, "In Giant, that's mine!"
Oh, great. Now we're going to have the monkey.
If you all put yourselves... basically, I'm going to have it... You were hiding in here.
There's the tree.
Yeah. So,
And,
RG, you can put yourself just in front of that tree line.
okay.
As you fall over.
Here or here?
That'll do, yeah.
Okay.
Is that with her speed bonus? That's why she's there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Should
she
I put-
described folding over as well, so...
Yeah.
So where would I be about?
you can put yourself by Corvus.
Since I'm assuming we're going to need those.
Oh, for fuck.
Yeah, I guess I'll...
I just,
Yep, everyone-
I just put myself over on the far
Dang,
side.
fuck, someone rolled the
I'd say put
yep.
yourself far left over where I'm at.
Yeah,
Maybe.
those that aren't in this battle right now, put yourselves beside Sam and roll your units.
Net
That
20.
sounds good.
I'm assuming we'll appear from this direction as it's a suitable.
Yep. And I'm going to be generous with timing on this. You're going to miss the first round, but cinematic appearance.
I'm going to come in with two guns blazing, leaping... Oh, wait, no, that's John Woo's cinematic appearance.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to slide up a banister
Nice
while
there.
firing two guns at the same time.
Yeah.
You're coming in on that second one loud and proud.
Cassie is motivated.
Suddenly.
Ellie, can I be coming down the main road, the main
This open area?
thoroughfare?
Unfortunately, you're coming down the mountain, but
Technically, you guys should be coming from the bottom, but I'm going to be generous. With
Oh, I
positioning.
just
We'll
moved
handle
it over there because I wasn't sure if they came
So
through this
we'll
way.
handle
or
it when
not.
you actually appear.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you'd be
I'm
better
gonna
off
go
if you were right
AFK for a
here.
moment.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Is that everyone rolled?
I believe so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. What I am actually going to allow is a surprise round from the 3 already there. So, starting from the top, Carrick.
Surprise is a full turn, or is it just?
It's a full turn.
Okay. Is this stuff considered difficult terrain or just regular for us?
It's as long as you're not going over the lock to touch, it's normal terrain.
I mean, 30 feet, you're not going to get far.
It's
Wow,
rogue.
they're way up there, aren't they?
Rogue dash motion. Dash
Yeah,
motion
yeah.
is a bonus.
You're forgetting.
You can get
I
60.
wanna-
I have had to make large battlefields because a lot of this party's movement is insane.
And
You
of
don't
course,
have to
I
make-
mean, some of us also have this button.
You don't have to make large battlefields.
I do it when it's an open area. It makes sense.
So
that
where
makes sense.
where is he, by the way?
Yeah, where's the
He is basically
By the
by this
owlbear?
tree. I will actually put a token on
Okay.
that in there real quick.
Okay, so the owlbear is not up on him right now.
Yeah. Don't be
Okay.
alarmed at Father Rail appearing here. He's a random token that is just here. For
Oh god,
the
guys,
meantime.
kill it! Kill it!
And actually, this would be a little bit closer, like that. There you go.
Oh, okay, so that's right next to him.
And we're just going to put that mark.
So this one, oh, it's the wrong one, is going to get a 1,
Oh, auto hits.
2, 3. I think
Right.
it's
I know
3.
that spell slot is not true.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't restore after sleep.
All right. So that will be 12 points of damage. Very nice. Nice. 12. Yeah.
And there's a. Oh, good.
Yep, your bolts fly into it and impact it, startling it. Definitely did not expect that.
And as I was moving over here, I'm going to draw the one of my weapons. I just need to look because I can't remember if I already have something on any of them. Pulling the rapier.
Okay. All right. Then we go on to RG.
Artie's moving to here. I can more or less see the owlbear, right?
Yeah, this isn't really this is high up branches, so you can see past.
Okay. So attack. So, she's going to pull out a blowgun. And
Nice. That's definitely a hit. All right. Okay, 7 points of damage.
And I have 2 attacks in a turn. So,
All right, that is also a hit. Cool. Very nice. Right, this owlbear lets out a weird screeching roar as these 2 darts bury into its flesh.
and then she's using boss action for just putting the blowgun away. So she got her fist ready
Okay.
with the gauntlets on, obviously.
Yeah. All right, Corvus.
Okay. He is going to. That's Carrick. I don't want to sell Carrick. He's going to run up to this tree. Doop.
You are still in stealth, by the way.
Yeah, still in stealth. And he's going to. I know you said it's spoiled, but he doesn't really know that. He is going to take the remaining spoiled spider venom and coat the rapier blade with it.
Okay. I'll let you do that as your bonus action.
Okay, and then he's going to hold action a creature approaching.
You guys swing your blade at a creature approaching?
Yeah.
Okay. Okie doke. Right. And now
I'm not going to be that guy, but I am. I think maybe that was a disadvantage there, RG.
I mean, I'd asked her and she didn't, so I just...
Oh, okay.
Actually, 25 range might actually been...
I'll allow it.
Yeah, range. Yeah.
Keep it in the
I
future.
forgot the
but,
thing on 25.
I didn't catch it either, so I'm not going to backtracking. Okay. Now actual round proper. Carrick.
Okay.
Kick their ass, Carrick.
Right over here. And unfortunately, I have my sword out, and I am not going to swap weapons right now. God damn, why do I keep losing my character sheet? Pop out. Come over here so I don't lose you. Can I make a perception check? I know it's distance, but to see if he seems to be still alive.
I'd actually like a medicine check at disadvantage because of range.
Okay, I can try that.
Nice, yeah. He's still breathing raggedly.
Okay. Actually, wait a second. Oh, Swings in this again. I just thought about this.
Yeah, surely you've got cantrips, right?
Green Flame Blade is the only cantrip I have for
it's the only one
damage.
you have?
Remember, I'm not built for that yet, but he's just out of range. Okay, so nope, I'm stuck there for now.
Okay, all right, Cass, you'll be coming in next turn.
Okay.
I'm going to be very nice. You can come in at the center row.
Okay.
So everyone move your token up there, as can the rest of you. Owlbear. Owlbear roars in anger and actually will try and pull forward. However, its owner is still holding its chain, and it only gets to here. All right. However, Troll is up next, who is going to release the chain, and then he is going to lumber forward.
Dang, I was hoping you were trying to use the wild bear as a mace.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can actually see him trying to shove the creature aside, and those of you that speak giant, you can hear that sort of "get out of my way, stupid beast," as the dumb beast itself says. Found it. You're coming in next turn. RG, you're up.
Okay. It is right in my range, so here comes the fun bit. Getting close and knocking him.
Yes,
The cold bear.
that's a hit.
Okay. That's damage, and hitting him with this.
Okay. The DC 14 con. Yep. Passes.
Okay.
Those are really connies.
Also, activated flurry of blows, but I do still have a couple more hits. Anyways. So, second normal hit.
That's a hit.
So it's damage. And since they're light weapons, offhand.
Okay, that's a hit.
And then flurry. So first hit of flurry.
That's a hit. Okay.
Second hit of flurry.
Yep. Wow.
And third hit of flurry.
Hey,
I'm
Kronos,
not even paying attention to the.
It's down.
how would you like to do this?
She's basically just grabbing its head and slamming it into the ground.
Okay. You basically you hit it with first hit and then grab hold of a fistful of feathers and fur, and then just those repeated blows are thump, 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 and it just slumps in place.
And since I get 10 movement out of that, going to move and be blocking his path.
Okay.
She's basically going to give him like a come on motion.
All right, Gifton, and next turn, Corvus, you're up.
Corvus is just gonna blink at Archie for a second. It's like, oh, Right. And I don't think I can use it. Ah, damn it. I can get there. And run up, rapier out.
If you want a bonus dash, you can actually get behind it for advantage.
Since I had to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Doop. Yay.
Okay, that's a hit. All right, 6.
It's horrible damage.
Wow, that's... Oh, yeah. Wow, you rolled a 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Sneak attack.
Yep.
Dang it.
Sneak attack, but it's not working.
Right. Why is there 2 different numbers? Let's see.
I think he kept hitting it. I don't know.
Oh, did you press it twice?
No, I see what it is. So if you do an attack with it, you had to have the
You don't
sneak
do it
attack
as an
damage.
attack. You just hit. You undo the attack part when you put it into your thing.
Yeah, it's 7.
All right, 7 damage. Okay. Okay.
And
Right.
trolls are immune to poison, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Right. Right, this troll up here. He will, at the beginning of his turn, regain hit points.
Mm.
Yeah, trolls are gonna be hard for us. We don't do fire.
One
Actually,
of
no,
those
one person who
does.
does fire.
Yeah, you got one person that does fire, and
You have a walking
most of you-
fire and acid.
most of you have torches, while not actually good weapons are still handy in this scenario.
Yeah.
I don't have a torch.
That's why I said most.
Sam, you can light a torch or equivalent with a
someone-
cantrip.
Thumping at his buddy, he's going to ignore Carrick. And 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Come up to here. And he is going to make a swing at Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
First, it lashes with its dropped the branch it was hitting the down figure with, and is in fact just going in with its claws. Right, 21.
That is a hit.
Right, 16 slashing.
Okay. Reaction.
I'm going to deflect
This
all.
thing. Yeah.
Right, yeah, reduce 12 damage.
So 4. Wow.
And then the second attack.
So you're missing an L in deflection there, Corvus.
Huh?
You're missing an L in deflection there.
Oh, I am, aren't I? Yeah.
Only 6 damage this time.
6 damage.
Yeah. And then finally, it chomps down at you with its great big slavering teeth. 17.
Yep.
Right, 5.
Yay.
Okay. Right, that is its turn. Carrick.
Moving there.
Mhm.
And judging by this line here,
Yep.
it does not clip Corvus.
Nope, I will not count that as clipping Corvus.
Okay. We are breath weaponing.
Okay. Right, let me make a couple of deck saves. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Right, this is troll nearest you.
Okay.
And troll furthest from you.
Okay.
Okay, so first one takes half damage, second one takes 4.
And it is acid.
Lovely jubbly.
And then I do the same thing I do every single time I use this. pull up the monster manual and see if it's the end or the beginning of the turn.
Beginning of your next turn.
Okay. Thank you. I can never remember.
That
You
is
should really write that in, Bryce. Weapon info for yourself.
right, and that is a lovely type of damage to use.
I did
Alright.
write recharge 6. I just don't.
Did you just spray
Cass.
Corvus?
No.
Okay.
She's on the edge.
On the field, Cass.
I know. The three of them just completely foobarred what I was going to do.
Yeah, don't think about plans until you know what positions are in.
Just go.
Okay.
gotta get there first.
Is this difficult terrain?
Only if you're directly crossing logs like this. So the middle path is fine.
Actually,
Yeah, that path is absolutely fine as well.
Okay, so I am going to from where I am. So I'm crossing no difficult terrain.
Yep, if you do that path, no difficult terrain.
Crack a boom.
I won't be able to attack.
Yeah.
Actually, I can. I can do one thing.
Well, do it.
Nope.
You got your lightning charge thing, don't you?
I have to be able to attack to do that. And I'm expending 2 moves. But
If you go
I'm
into
raging.
rage, you'll get your lightning strike, right?
Yep, that's what I was going to do.
Yep.
I'm getting my singular lightning bolt on the troll.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I'm just going to say it failed and it will take 2 damage.
Yay! Yay!
And he felt sad.
Then it turns comes up and it heals 2 damage.
It won't be.
Yeah, acid damage. This is not going to heal next turn.
Mm.
Alright, it's your turn done. Okay, Cass.
Yeah.
Alright, Albert is dead. I'm just going to remove that from the unit in a second. This troll. You killed its pet. So,
That's what I figured was coming.
yeah. Thankfully, that's kind of good for you because you're already insane AC 1. So it's going to swing at you, RG. Those claws swing. 15, think misses.
15's a miss.
Second swing, 18.
That's a hit.
Cloak.
Oh, yeah, close.
it's frontage, so
disadvantage still
8.
misses.
Yeah, it's 18.
18 was lower.
I'm
And
just remember to
I'm
call
going
it cloak.
Right, and now the cloak is non-functional because you've been hit.
Mhm. And I'm going to activate deflect.
Yep. Okay, so reduce 8 points damage from that,
Mhm.
and then the bite comes in. 18.
That's also a hit.
8 points piercing. You can hear it roaring in guttural giant of "You killed Fluffy."
You
Yes,
actually deflect that second one, I believe. Because there's a thing about 2 weapons in deflect. If you're dual wielding deflecting, you may use this to 2 attacks instead using the same reaction.
Oh yeah, you can deflect the second one if you want. Chronos.
Okay. I thought you told me I couldn't do that until I got the unarmed to master.
Oh, does that now?
Because that was the thing I was asking you about before.
Right, yeah, that's right. Because I wasn't entirely sure how to deal with these being,
Mhm.
yeah.
Being
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so that's Troll's done. Faldy, you're on the field.
Okay, I'm immediately going to run. But unfortunately, I don't run far.
You get boots of speed or something like that.
Or, you know,
Right, clop.
yeah.
Whistle, innocent whistle. Okay. Is that your turn, Faldy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm going to throw things.
Yeah. Don't worry. These will be alive for you to get there. RG.
This RG does her attack blow thing.
Oh, first one, I'm going to punch.
Yep, that's a miss.
Yeah, you have
Yeah, that's what I
advantage.
think.
No, because of the counter flanking. Basically,
Oh,
in that situation, you split them off.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Just need Cassie to get
Yeah,
to another
so-
position.
Yeah, my second one,
that's a hit.
that's a hit. And then
Okay.
the offhand on that, which misses.
Mhm.
And then Gonna hit Stunning Strike on him.
Okay. Let me roll a thing. Con save 14. Hey, it fails. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yep.
And also activating Flurry of Blows off that hit then. And
Yep.
I'm going to shoot myself behind this guy.
Yeah. Just so that you're aware in future, you kind of need to clear the stunning strike on the blow that's happening rather than rolling for the next blow. But
I did it on that blow.
on the
Like,
blow
I
that
rolled
missed.
it on... No, okay, I had hit the other button. I thought, shit. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I got myself mixed up there.
Yeah. No problem. Just for
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. I just realized I had done the wrong one. I was like, oh, fuck. But anyways, yeah, with Flurry of Blows active, going over there and slapping this dude.
Okay.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Yep.
9, and last bit of key to Stunning Strike that one as well.
Okay. Con save. And that one fails. Right, they're both stunned.
Okay, and then last hit is... Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Gifton, you are on the field.
Out of character. Hat down. My captain.
Yes.
Heal or fight?
Out of character advice? Burn the trolls down.
Yeah, if you're thinking of healing party members, I think party is good enough right now.
About the old man.
At most we should try and get him out of the way, but not.
I'm gonna work on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can get to him. That's why I was asking. So. I didn't know if I
no,
should...
Harry is probably the best option at this point.
Okay.
Harry out of reach if possible, but.
Okay, I'll leave that to somebody else then. So I'm going to do my first move, which hopefully I kept track of where I was going, but we'll see. It was that square. I think that was right.
Mm-hmm.
And then that puts me in good range. I am tempted to cast a spell, but I think I probably should not, so I will not cast a spell. I am instead going to do 2 shots. I have my buckler equipped, so I have a negative on my shots. So let me make sure that that is equipped. Okay, it is. And I am not bothering doing sleep arrows because we know it won't work. So I get 2 shots, and I will take 2 shots on the one that Cassie is on. So
okay, this one.
And then
that's a miss. That's a hit.
Okay, cool. And that's 8 damage.
Okay. Yeah, 8 because they're immune to
and then I think this is a bonus action.
Actually, no, they're not. It will take that poison damage.
Oh, okay, and bonus action. You're within 60 feet of me, Corvus. Shield of Faith on Corvus.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Alright. Okay. Corvus, you are up.
Corvus, these guys are both stunned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beat them up.
Do we know fire, just knowledge-wise, fire is that?
Each of you give me a nature roll right now, because you now know what these are that you're actually going up against.
Better than I expected.
15 and over knows, and you can easily get it out with your 6 seconds.
Use fire to burn them down. There you go.
So Corvus is going to use his bonus action to take his lantern oil out and just chuck it at one of these.
Mm-hmm.
Right in their face. Just Need a roll for that?
Yeah, I still need it just in case, but it's going to be an
Okay.
advantage. Just give me a general dex roll.
Dex roll?
Mhm.
Dex stat?
Yeah, just straight dex.
Okay.
Yep, you splash it real good.
Okay.
Which
then
one?
he's going. We'll do this guy.
Okay.
Then he's going to go to here. Uses action to heal.
Okay.
Heal. Okay. And then is he awake?
But are you healing this dude?
Yeah.
He's not awake, but you don't think he's going to die immediately on your hands.
All right. Can I use my movement? I'm guessing half to move away with him.
No, not with him.
Oh.
You'd have to have an action to actually gather him up.
All right. Action to throw, bonus action to heal. So I just have movement.
Mm-hmm.
Cunning action. What is it?
Cunning action is used by your bonus action.
It was okay. All right. Yeah, he's just gonna spend the rest of his movement to go over.
Okay.
So you're putting the
Troll is stunned and cannot regenerate.
Yes, there is lantern oil.
Carrick, you're up.
No, dang it. Would have been perfect.
Almost.
I love how it is at the beginning of your next turn because you spend the entire turn anticipating, will I get it? Will I get it?
so close.
Going to shift here
Mm-hmm. Right, that's advantage.
and using Green Flame Blade
Mhm.
and attacking with his rapier. So here's the attack on the rapier.
That's a miss.
Yep. Damn it.
Ouch.
Yep. Bonus action.
You only have a +2 dex mod?
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember, Charisma Monkey.
Also,
My
remember,
highest
he
stats only
has
+3
actually the
anyways.
best base stats of everybody.
Yeah.
His stats are really
I had
well
+2 dex, +2 int, +2 wisdom, +2 charisma.
Yeah.
Bonus action to use Master of Tactics, targeting the other troll
Mm-hmm.
and yelling, "RG, kick you in the shins." Whoever the next person to attack that one gets advantage.
Is it on the entire round or the first hit?
There, let's push the button. That brings up the question because it's actually specifically how the help action works. So,
It's 1.
okay, so yeah, it'd be the next attack, and just the one. So
I believe.
it's
We'll run with
literally
that for now. We'll double check
it,
later.
yeah, it straight up is the help action. It's just
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Right. Cassie.
Okay. So if I were to move up like this and over to here, I do not provoke attack of opportunity, correct?
You don't provoke attack for opportunity because they're both stunned right now.
Okay, so I'm
And you
moving to
wouldn't-
Yeah, they're
there.
both out right now.
Why are you moving to there? Are you trying to do something?
I'm interposing myself that way. RG gets flanking and
Nope.
Nope.
oh,
You've got someone on the other side of you. You can't
You have
flank.
someone counter flanking you.
Yeah, you're being flanked by the other troll.
oh well, then I'm interposing myself. Never mind. I was
If you
trying to
move
come
like
up.
over here, it should-
Yeah.
No, I was trying to come up with something interesting.
You were trying to create a flank, so
Yeah.
Both.
Nah.
both.
Yeah, you better sticking with RG's Carrick's flank rather.
Do you
Then
run attack
I
of
am-
opportunity moving out of range of the other one though?
They're both stunned right now.
Oh, good point. Yeah. The time
And she wouldn't have.
And
she wouldn't have been
what-
moving out of reach anyways.
Correct.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know how far they threaten.
Okay. So
well, she
then-
would have
But
been
they
alongside the
can't do
whole time.
anything because they're stunned anyways.
okay.
But she
So
just
I'm,
so.
I'm hitting.
Shh.
I, I'm hitting
advantage, so roll again.
Okay.
Okay, hit. Okay. 2? Oh, wage. Okay. 14 points of damage.
And then I get to swing
What
again.
is wage?
Wait.
Wage!
It's a very childish way of saying rage.
Wage.
Oh, it's
Alright.
with a lisp.
Roll again. Make sure you got advantage on this time.
Yep. Click.
Ooh, good thing.
That's a hit. Yep. Okay. Very nice.
Look at that wage
Eh.
bonus.
Yes.
So much wage.
And then blap.
Okay. But I think it's just it has disadvantage on saves. That's what it is. Okay.
Does it
Uh,
get wage
hey,
damage on the electric?
Shouldn't. No.
No wage.
So it's
No
5.
wage on that.
No wage.
Okay. All right. Is that your turn done?
Yes, that is it.
All right. Alba is dead. Troll is stunned. Does not regen. Faldia.
Right. So you said these sticks are difficult terrain.
I'm going to be really nice to you.
Either way I can do a thing. It's just
Yeah. No, don't worry about those. I was more intending the great big logs and shit.
The little sticks are okay then.
Yeah.
all right. So in that case, that's 5. Good. I'm gonna do this. They're only stunned. Or are they prone?
They do not count as prone, no.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about disadvantage from that.
Throw that one.
But I'm gonna actually give myself disadvantage anyways because I'm gonna throw.
Woo!
All right. Crap. Did I not put any throwing? Oh, yes, I did put a throw. That's what I thought. All right. I am going to throw a battle axe.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be a D4, a D8 plus 4, and it will be slashing damage. But I just have
Okay.
thrown weapons under.
Oh, that is a miss, I'm afraid.
I like
Yeah,
how
let's
you
see
were
what I
asked for
roll
damage type. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's because
That's a variable.
It's
Yeah.
a good plan.
Yeah. I'm not going to throw another one. I'm just going to hold the maul.
Do you want an
Out.
inspiration, Matt?
No, it's not an important enough moment.
Okay.
I will have to go back for my.
I love the saga of Faldir throwing.
You're gonna be like, all right, so my vestige throwing thing. Can we get rid of that?
This might seem like all these MO is just with
I like to think how like Thaldir's basically a failed Dane.
Right. Anything else, Faldir?
No, at the moment that is going to be it.
Hey, technically, it's a free interaction to pick up a rock and throw it if you want to use your second attack.
Fine,
You throw that.
fine, I'll do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Eh.
That's a hit. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 8 points of damage. Hey, Faldir.
I figured that.
How do you want to do this?
I want it to be as pathetic as possible. Because
Okay.
that's exactly what it is.
Right, Faldir, you see this battle axe go sailing by, like it's doing that beautiful arcing twirl as it sails
for
past its
fuck's
troll.
sake.
I wanted to
And
think,
he hit
like,
Faldir.
does it hit this right here? Like, or over to that next tree?
Just above
Yeah.
the guy's head, just boom.
Impacting that tree. You hear Faldir cursing, and then you just hear a whoop as a rock impacts the troll's head, and already stunned, it just sways a bit. Its eyes sort of glazing over, and then it just tumbles backwards.
I like to think
Was
he
that thing
picked
at,
up the
like,
rock
2?
and threw it out of annoyance.
Fucking, it was at 6 points of HP.
Okay.
He could That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Okay, Valdir.
Valdir, my hero.
Alright, Archie.
Okay. Punch. I should have
Advantage on
advantage.
that one.
That is a hit.
Advantage it anyway,
yeah,
just in case of the crit.
yeah, roll again just in case of crit.
Yeah. No.
No crit.
Oh,
but
close.
Go ahead and do your damage.
7,
Alright, 7.
and then
That's a hit.
It was just.
Oh no advantage on these ones, but it's still a hit.
mhm.
Okay, 11.
and then okay. Actually, they're not stunned because it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, and that's it. Cool. Alright, very nice. Alright, anything else?
Oh, actually, should have had advantage because they're stunned till the end of my.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and roll just in case you get a crit on that last one.
That's the wrong fucking button.
That's a dream button right there.
Okay, no crit. Okay.
No, but
Give
good
them.
enough.
Hi. In the light of the day, in the dark of the night.
Hey, that's a hit.
I'll always be. Alright, I should probably resolve that one first. Yeah, that.
That's very nice. Yeah. And that's a miss, unfortunately.
Oh, is it? Damn.
-1. Yeah.
-1. Yep.
That's 12. Okay. Any movement or bonus actions?
You know what?
Also, I will note what you said about not using your sleeper on these. They are not immune to any poison or anything.
Yeah, but I would have had to roll.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not using my bonus action to do that.
Okay.
So, I already have my one bonus action going. I guess we'll move, but see.
You already have one bonus action going?
Well, I'd have to use a bonus action to coat my arrow, and I have a reason to keep a bonus action open right now. So
Okay.
Anyway, so that's my turn.
Okay. Corvus.
Corvus will yell out, "There's oil on that one! Light it up!" And then he's going to take his action and drag the ward away.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you're picking up half speed. Yep.
So 30 if he uses everything.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Put him right there.
Okay.
Does trolls count as a candle or a torch?
Not. Okay. This troll will actually regen HP this turn.
No.
And very, very angrily, we'll try and swat at you, RG.
Mm-hmm.
As he's not smart. He does not go after easy to hit targets.
Or the one that
Oh,
straight acid.
That's a miss.
a miss.
Cloak.
I have the cloak.
Cloak
Oh, did that? I can't
resets
remember
at
when.
the start of
Comes
the
back
turn.
on every time your turn.
Okay, cool. All right, second claw. Miss.
As well.
And he's
She just starts
teeth
making
need,
faces at him.
yeah, his teeth need to reload. Yeah, it's swinging at you in an angry flurry, but you're just weaving, dodging. It like hits your mirror image a couple of times. Can't seem to land a blow. All right, Carrick.
Nope, still not back. So just gonna come here and light up the sword again.
Okay.
So and hit the right button. Rapier advantage.
Yes. That's it.
Okay, so first is green flame.
Oof.
Second
Okay.
is that's right. I said is I have to push this button because I said is global and I've got to turn it on. and then the rapier damage. So
Okay. 10 total.
one. Yep, and one of which is fire.
Yeah, that's enough to stop its regen.
And the question is, enough to light the oil. It's on fire.
Yeah, I will say it is. You see this troll. Mostly its chest, because the oil doesn't coat it entirely.
Mhm.
But you do see its chest just catch a flame, and it starts letting out panicked sort of hollers and screams. You see it sort of batting at its own chest. And we're going to give you an extra d6 damage. Roll.
Woo! That is not. We do not want to push that button. Hit up arrow, and it came up with one of the functions. 3,
Okay.
and then I still have a bonus action, which is going to be once again hit it in the chest, and whoever attacks next,
Okay. Which might be Cass.
advantage on their first attack.
Okay. So Cass is moving back to here.
You're getting your charge.
And then I'm going right back in. She kind of waves at Thaldir as she comes back.
I think she does that ginger, delicate horse back up.
Were you right here, or because I think he would have been out of his range? Is he stunned?
I wasn't.
No, she wasn't within range of this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
if
she
they've got
was
reach or not.
one back and died.
Oh, yeah,
actually,
that's right, yeah.
they do have reach.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, then you would have been.
So you're going to take a swipe. It's probably going to miss. 19?
That hits.
Okay, so you take 10 slashing on your way out.
So he claws at you,
5 slashing.
and then he comes back in.
Trays of rage.
But you're raging, so...
That goes down to 1.
And basically, the only person that goes into melee that doesn't have a way to read.
Okay, so I am swinging my sword.
Mm-hmm. That's a hit. Very nice.
Lightning charge.
Hey, Tobes, don't worry about it. How do you want to do this?
Cass comes charging back in, swings, connects, and then there's just suddenly thunderbolts and lightning just everywhere.
Very, very frightening.
Yeah, you see this static discharge as this sword splits into it. And it goes down. Boom.
All right, I know there was a large static discharge, and RG's hair is always crazy, but can it fuck up Carrick's hair?
Little frizzy. Very nicely done, Cass. Unfortunately, the one that's not on fire regenerates 10 hit points at the beginning of its turn.
It's alive!
And it's going to spend half its movement getting up. And it's going to lash at Carrick.
Okay.
Because of the acid.
Only he lashed at Carrick from 5
17?
feet to the
That
left.
is a hit.
Right, that's 10 slashing.
Okay.
Second swipe, 14.
Miss.
Okay, and then it tries to chomp at you. And misses. Alright. Faldir Forgehammer.
Well, I wish he had swiped at Carrick from 5 feet to the left. But
See, I'm wishing the two were right next to each other
Bump.
so I could light them both on fire.
Yeah, I was checking you at the reach of your green flame blade. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I had already looked at that because I knew there was 5 feet. I couldn't remember if it was from me or from the target.
Faldir, surely you won't miss if you throw at this range.
well, at least I won't be on disadvantage on
Yes.
the throw. Luckily, while I am down a battle axe, I have a maul in one hand. I will pull out a warhammer in the process of getting there. I forgot to. Oh, all right. And I will throw a warhammer at him.
Go for it. Hey!
Oh.
It's a hit. Hey!
It goes back down.
How do you want to do this?
just slam right into the same spot as the rock.
Okay, so it gets back up, swipes at Carrick, and then Faldia just launches another thing at it at point blank range, and it does the exact same sway and collapses.
Stay down.
Right, how many of you have things that can make fire?
Hi.
Yo,
Hi.
Right, we're gonna, because you've got plenty of time to act before it gets up again, we're gonna assume you can light this up, right?
as soon as someone lights it up in between now and its turn coming up the end of the list.
Yeah. All right,
I want to do
okay.
one thing though.
What's that?
Technically, it'll be another turn, possibly.
You want to roll to get your breath weapon back?
I want to see. I can't type though. It's roll. Nope.
Okay.
Pick it
Right,
up.
but we go through the listing. Who wants to throw oil on it? Who wants to do what?
If
We're
we
just
can
gonna
use
wait until
Wait.
Carrick stabs it with his
Can
fire
I?
blade.
Can I use its arm as a weapon and just light its arm?
I mean,
No.
I'm waiting for Garrett because I don't have lamp oil.
Right, so basically, Carrick's turn comes up, and you manage to set. Basically, you can plunge your rapier straight into it with green flame blade active, and set its body alight. And we're out of combat.
I'm gonna go get my axe.
You're gonna go get your axe.
what about your other axe?
Ow.
The one that's in the tree. Because one's in the
That's
body
the
and one's
one.
in the tree.
Oh, that was a warhammer that hit him.
Oh, that's a warhammer.
You picked that up on the
I'll
way.
pick that up on the way. Yeah.
Why are you even bothering to go get it? Why not just hold out your hand and wait
And-
patiently?
You
I
gather
don't
that up.
have
Because
that
we fire.
ability yet.
Corvus, I imagine you start checking over this guy
That's later.
properly,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna leave the resolution of that until next time.
Okay. RG and I may have to on my end.
What's that?
The buckler was revised, it seems like, and
Yeah.
it's
We
now.
will check that out during the week.
Okay.
Yeah. Good job, everybody. All of you take 1,100 XP.
What? Wow.
Yeah. Oh, you're going up in higher tier challenges now. The XP grows.
Oh.
That was a good encounter for you.
850. 8050, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, that'd be really unfortunate.